us.
Welcome to Neosho Wildcat Football, live on KNEO.org. This is a presentation of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Neosho Wildcats. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now, let's go live to the game site for all the action.
And good evening, Wildcat fans from Springfield, Missouri. John Ball, Matt Ball, and Luke Taylor with you as the Cats come to Kickapoo to take on the Kickapoo Chiefs. Matt, the Kickapoo Chiefs got beat last week by Joplin by a score of 31-7. And, of course, you know, our Neosho Wildcats had a barn burner, literally, and we won it in overtime.
Yeah, it was. We definitely had to stay for the extra innings, for the extra quarters.
We really did. Well, Coach, the coach for Kickapoo, Nat Tomlinson, said that you have to be on point every Friday, and we think that we've been playing these guys for a long time, but it's only been 1 year. This is the second year of the new aligned COC, and he says one thing about the COC, there's great coaches and there's great players, and we definitely echo that, don't we?
Yeah, it's a...
Last year they ended up being 4-6. They're going to be led by junior quarterback Brock Brooks. He's 6'3" and weighs 200 pounds. A little tall for a quarterback, isn't he?
He can see everything, huh?
Yeah, he really can. They'll be led in the backfield, as we said, by him. He's got his favorite target is senior tight end Brody Wilson, who is 6'4" and weighs 235 pounds. The other wideouts will be Tevin Christians, who is 6 foot 170, and Will Buckley, as well as Amon Fowler. This is the pregame show. It's being brought to you by ProLube, your tire and auto center. We're going to get ready to get this ball game underway. We're going to take a timeout, and then we will come back with caught up with Coach Towdy this week and see what he had to say both about the ball game last week and what's going to happen this week. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook /Calvary Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce invites you to download the new Experience Neosho app, available for free on the Apple and Google Play Store. Your guide to eat, shop, play, and stay in Neosho, and your direct link to KNEO Wildcat Sports. Download the app, register to win weekly prizes, and listen to your favorite Wildcat sports. Good luck, Wildcats. We can't wait to hear you ring that bell.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Hell, the actual place, is not something most people like to talk about. Many people don't even think it's real, and others think it's a place where you can do whatever you want. But as Billy Graham often said, the Bible teaches that hell is very real, very terrible, and very avoidable.
Hell is separation from God and separation from everything you've ever known. Hell was created for the devil and his angels. If anybody goes, they've chosen to follow the devil's way rather than God's way. When God created you, He gave you the ability to make moral choices. And one of the choices that He gives you to make is what you're going to do about His Son, Jesus Christ.
The Bible says if you choose to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, God is going to welcome you to His home in heaven, so you won't spend eternity in hell. Learn more at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
It's time for the Brandon Towdy Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Numac Electric. Now, here's Coach Brandon Towdy.
Welcome to the Coach Brandon Towdy Show. I'm John Ball, and we've got Coach Towdy. Coach, congratulations on a great win, almost a come-behind win last week, and showed the tenacity of some of our kids to never give up, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It just showed kind of the heart and passion and really just the mindset that our kids have, that no matter what, they're never out of a game. And not that we never even really got behind by a lot or anything, but just when things kind of...
Hell, the actual place, is not something most people like to talk about. Many people don't even think it's real, and others think it's a place where you can do whatever you want. But as Billy Graham often said, the Bible teaches that hell is very real, very terrible, and very avoidable.
Hell is separation from God and separation from everything you've ever known. Hell was created for the devil and his angels. If anybody goes, they've chosen to follow the devil's way rather than God's way. When God created you, He gave you the ability to make moral choices. And one of the choices...
Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
It's time for the Brandon Towdy Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Numac Electric. Now, here's Coach Brandon Towdy.
Welcome to the Coach Brandon Towdy Show. I'm John Ball, and we've got Coach Towdy. Coach, congratulations on a great win, almost a come-behind win last week, and showed the tenacity of some of our kids to never give up, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did. It just showed kind of the heart and passion and really just the mindset that our kids have, that no matter what, they're never out of a game. And not that we never even really got behind by a lot or anything, but just when things kind of felt like maybe they were late in the game, that the momentum wasn't going our way, our kids just continued to play the next play. And we spent a lot of time talking about having the right mindset. We talked about it being a predator mindset and not a prey mindset, and having that right mindset that no matter what's going on around you, you're just focused on what you can control and continuing to play the next play. And our kids have bought into it, and it was on display on Friday night.
Well, it was pretty obvious in that Glendale very first play from scrimmage went for a score. That would have been real easy for our kids to say, oh no, let's just give this deal up.
Absolutely, especially because on the back end, like we've talked about, there's a lot of those kids, first time them playing on a Friday night, and those defensive backs, and so they went right after him. Credit to Glendale for kind of knowing the kids that we had out there didn't have a ton of experience and taking a shot on them right away. And their quarterback and that wide receiver are extremely talented, and so they had a good game plan with that, but our kids responded really well. That wide receiver, he's one of the better wide receivers we're going to see, and he had their first 3 plays, they go right to him, the first drive, and then there's next 2 on the second drive, and then after that, they really couldn't get the ball to him because of the way our kids responded and adapted and just kind of adjusted what they were doing to take him out of the game.
Well, let's talk for a minute or two about Everson Tomlinson. That guy just continued, and I think, as we said the other night, he played every snap. What about a leader that says, guys, I'm going to do it too?
It's pretty impressive. He's a 300-plus pound kid, and he's out there playing every snap in a game where, we had 91 offensive plays. I don't know exactly how many they had, but they were close to that as well. So he's playing, 160 to 180 snaps somewhere in there, and that's pretty unbelievable for any kid, but especially for a kid of his size and that plays as hard as he does. And we tell those kids they're playing both ways, and there's a couple other ones, Gabe Bastide and Jackson Ertl are doing the same thing up front, and then some of those guys on the back end, Lincoln Howard, Haven Plummer, those type of guys are playing a lot of snaps too. But, we tell them if they're tired and they need a spell, just to let us know, and we'll get them out. And, anytime we tried to take those guys out of the game, they were upset with us because they wanted to stay in and want to continue to fight for their team. So just shows how much they care about the team and how much they're willing to do just to put the team first instead of themselves.
Well, did my eyes deceive me, or did I look up in the overtime session and see Tomlinson in the backfield?
Yeah, he did. Our tank package, which has been good for us in all of our short yardage situations the last few years, where we put kind of our biggest guys out there on the field, our toughest guys, and tell them we need a yard. And so Everson Tomlinson and Jackson Ertl line up at fullbacks for us, and we'll bring in Dayton Kibbett at a fullback at time in that same set. And, we get the ball to Colby McGehee, and so when you got those 3 coming at you, there's not very many people in high school football that would want to stand in the way of that.
No, I just can't imagine that at all. Hey, Blaine had a great ball game too, but we saw him last year limited because of the injuries to Spiva, but his ability to throw the ball and run it and make something out of nothing was really, really impressive, wasn't it?
It was. We know he's a really good athlete, and we knew he's got the arm strength, and the question is always, can they put it all together on a Friday night? And Blaine absolutely did that. He was unbelievable, made a lot of plays with his feet, made a lot of plays with his arms, and then he had multiple plays where he moved well in the pocket, so he used his feet to kind of buy some time and then found guys downfield. The long touchdown pass to Lincoln down the sideline, he had to move, we pre-released a guy up front, and so he moved in the pocket, reset his feet, and delivers a great ball. And just his composure and his leadership on Friday night was on full display, and we couldn't be more proud of him. He's another kid that when things were kind of unraveling, he threw a pick late. It wasn't his fault by any means. It was a good play by the DB, but he didn't dwell on it. And we come back out, and he's just dialed in and playing the next play. And so his maturity and just his leadership and composure is what I was most impressed with. We knew he was a great athlete and had a great arm, but his ability to just stay focused on the game and lead the guys around him was next level.
Well, we thought we were going to miss something with Hudson Williams graduating and going the other way, but Mason Spiva jumped right into that spot where we can throw the ball over on the flat, and he runs down the sideline when he's got a couple of guys that are blocking in front of him, doesn't he?
He does. All those wide receivers are willing to block for one another, and in our offense, if you don't block on the perimeter, you can't play for us because we throw so many screens and get the ball out in space. And so those guys have bought into that, and all those guys did a great job of blocking for one another. Lincoln Howard on Mason's big one down the sideline is blocking down there on the goal line. Haven Plummer blocked well all night. Brock Pyle blocked well every night. That's a big part of his role in the box and out on the perimeter. And then Mason did as well for his teammates. So those guys all willing to block for each other allows us to kind of spread the ball around and do some special things on the perimeter.
I think we had all kinds of confidence in the very first play from scrimmage where we took the ball and we marched it down the field and kind of showed how our offensive linemen can just about have their way with anybody, didn't we?
Yeah, we have a good group up front. They put in a ton of time in the off season, and some of those guys, Everson Tomlinson and Gabe Bastide being ones for sure. I've started multiple years. This is Everson's 4th year, obviously, Gabe's 3rd year. And we were out with Romario, who's a 3-year starter for us, but we filled in. Brody Lee Tryon-Count stepped in there. Jackson Ertl came over and played tackle for the first time for us, and Michael Shellhorn at the center position. All those guys just played a really good game, and we got a ton of faith in those guys. So we kind of wanted to set the tone early and just let everybody know that we were capable of running the football, and that would open up some of the stuff in the passing game. And being able to lean on those big guys up front early in the game was huge for us.
Well, we're here in Springfield tonight. We come back home and play at the Bob next week, and we take on the Yellow Jackets, and then we head to Waynesville. And that's, what, a 3.5, 4-hour drive?
Yeah, it's a trip. It's going to be about 3.5 on a bus, and, we'll stop, and so it'll drag out even a little bit longer than that.
Okay. Coach, wish you the very best of luck tonight. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today.
I appreciate it. Go Cats.
You've been listening to the Brandon Towdy Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Wildcat football after this on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
How could a loving God allow anyone to be sent to hell?
Maybe that's a question you've been wrestling with too. Well, Billy Graham says no one has to be lost.
Far from allowing it, he has done everything he can to prevent it. He could have destroyed man if that was his aim when he first broke the law of God and challenged God's authority. Talk about love. Today I have good news for you. Because of what God has done in love for you, you need not be lost. In matters which are eternal, put your trust in the only authority, God himself.
Because of what God has done, everyone has the option to go to heaven. It starts when you begin a relationship with God's Son, Jesus Christ. We'd love to tell you more about that. Visit us at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Kickapoo, John Ball, Matt Ball, and Luke Taylor with you. This is the pregame show. You heard what Coach Towdy had to say, and we can't say enough about the performance of our Wildcats Never Say Die last week, can we, Matt?
No, it was a great finish, guys.
Yeah, it really was. It was a great finish. The Cats knew what they had to do, and they went after it. But before we go much further, let's congratulate the Lady Wildcats over on the softball side. On Thursday night, Lebanon came to town, and they beat them 11-1 in 5 innings. And that put them not only 4-0 for a start, but it made them 2-0 in COC West Conference play. So we're reasonably excited about that. They're not faring quite so well today. They're in Joplin, and they're at the Page Neal tournament. They beat Jay Oklahoma 17-2. They fell to Ozark 3-1 and Blue Springs 4-3. So they will be playing several ball games again tomorrow. And think about those tournaments. You play a lot of teams that you don't normally play before you get too far into the COC. Now, we'd like to invite you to be with us on Monday afternoon when Matt and I will be in Seneca as we take on the girls Seneca Indians. Yep. Then we come back and play Glendale, a really tough Glendale team who, by the way, beat Carthage the other night on Thursday night. And, of course, then Lebanon comes to town to play football next Friday. So there is all kinds of time and all kinds of opportunities for you to either come out and watch or be with us on KNEO Wildcat Sports Network on YouTube, which is what we're on now. And we congratulate you for being with us, and we're thankful that you're here. At game time, it's going to be about 56, 55 degrees. The reason I say that is it was 65 degrees when we got here. It's dropped down to 60 now. We fought the rain all the way here.
Yeah.
And it is it's sprinkling a little bit now. So there's a few Neosho fans over on the other side, but there's just a whole lot of umbrellas that are out. Let's talk about the Cats for just a minute or two. They are 1-0 in COC play after beating Glendale last week by a score of 44-38 in what we said earlier was an overtime position. Cats were 6-5 last year for the first time in the newly aligned COC, losing to Carthage in the district semis. This was the first year that the Cats have had a winning season since 2018, and it's in Coach Brandon Towdy's fourth season. Last week we saw junior quarterback Blaine Patterson throw for 234 yards. 104 yards of that was to who is becoming one of his favorite wideouts, Lincoln Howard. Keyshawn Roan ran for a career high of 224 yards. Jackson Ertl was the lead tackler. He had 1 sack and he had 11 tackles. Brody Wilson and Oliver Miller each had an interception. But the real big workhorse of the night, Matt, was Everson Tomlinson. He played every snap, both sides of the ball, and when it came right down to it, we even put him in the backfield. Yeah, he worked really, really hard. Junior Cody McGehee also showed that he had some big shoes that he needed to fill when Mr. Harden, middle linebacker, left to go to college. He not only did that, but when he was called, he went into the backfield as well, where he rushed for 44 yards. Cats had a total of 597 yards, which also included 80 receiving yards from Hayden Plummer and 41 yards from Mason Spiva. So I think the Cats are coming together.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a really, really great night tonight. As we said, Kickapoo got beat last week by Joplin. That's either good or bad.
I know.
They may have their dauber down, or they may just be so cotton picking mad and angry that they really battle us out. So we'll see before it's over with. But this is the pregame show, and it's being brought to you by ProLube Tire and Auto Center. We're going to take another 3-minute timeout, and we'll be back with keys to the Cats, the starting lineups, and much, much more. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
People's Bank of Seneca, we care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, we've dedicated to providing excellent customer service across the 4-state area, ensuring that every experience is exceptional. Visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. Learn more at peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together. People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. peoplesbankofseneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 417-451-4244 or in Arkansas, 479-431-5226. Tally Tire at 18152 East Highway 86 is a proud supporter of local high school athletics. Tally Tire is your full-service car and truck headquarters. They carry name-brand tires such as Nexen, Mastercraft, and Uniroyal, ATC camper shells and bed covers, and do oil changes and tune-ups. Call Tally Tire today for all your automotive needs at 417-451-0457 or online at tallytire.com.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
At the Hillcrest Church of Christ, we're striving to be His own people, eager to do what is good. Join us for worship at 10 and 6 Sundays and for class Sunday morning at 9 and Wednesday evening at 7. You're sure to find a warm welcome and friendly people seeking to please God according to His Word. Wildcats, join us every Tuesday morning before school for Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. Learn more about the Hillcrest Church of Christ at neoshochurchofchrist.org.
The Freeman Family YMCA is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Serving the four-state area, the Freeman Family Y believes in putting Christian principles into practice through programs, building a healthy spirit, mind, and body. With 2 locations to serve the area in Grove, Oklahoma, and Neosho, the Freeman Family Y open 5:30 to 9 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday. For more information, you can go online to ymcaswmo.org or call us at 417-455-9999.
Hey, we're back here in Kickapoo, and like Coach Stewart used to say back in my day, it's a great day to be a Duck. It's also a great day to be a Wildcat. Hey, Coach Stewart, how you doing if you're listening to us? Saying that, Keys for the Cats is sponsored by State Farm Agent Eric Norris in Neosho, located at 437 West Kohler Street, Neosho. Eric and his team offer a variety of insurance services for individuals and businesses. Learn more online at ericnorrisinsurance.com or by phone at 417-451-6666. Go Wildcats.
All right, and keys to the cats. We spell the word cats, and we'll start off with C. C stands for command respect. There were a lot of people didn't think that we were going to beat Glendale last week. We didn't know that up front, or it may have been a different story, but we came out and we hit hard and we hit fast. That's what we've got to do again tonight. Defense creates opportunities. We proved last week on the very first drive that our O-line can play with just about anybody. Big plays are exciting, but long sustained drives rests the defense and controls the clock. A, and speaking of defense, if we attack their passing game by playing their receivers close, we set the tone for the ball game. Kickapoo scored only once last week, but they gave up 31 points. Let's play their receivers close by bumping them as they come off the line and disrupting their routes. T stands for take the game to them. And if we do that, we stay in our game plan and we move the ball and we rush their quarterback with our front four and we make them play our game. We don't play theirs. Then S, Matt, let's be stingy. Last week we gave up 38 points. We can do that as long as we continue to score 44. But last year we held them to only 27 points and we scored 40. Let's do that again. I like that a whole lot better. And if we do that, we start in the COC West or the COC period and with 2-0, and that's how we command respect.
Yeah, that's how you start a football season right there.
It absolutely is. Well, we are getting ready. We've got just about 17 minutes until kickoff, and the band is coming out, and we will have the national anthem here in just a little bit. But before we do that, we want to remind everybody this is the pregame show, and it's brought to you by ProLube, our tire and auto maintenance center. We're going to take one more 3-minute break, and then we'll be back and we'll have the starting lineups. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The law offices of Wood & Peterson is sponsoring this portion of Neosho Wildcat Athletics, located at 217 South Lafayette, Neosho, and 431 Virginia Avenue in Joplin. They serve Southwest Missouri with personal claim representation. For more information, the phone number is 417-451-4141 or online at neoshoattorney.com. The law offices of Wood & Peterson are proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Welcome back to Kickapoo, Missouri in Springfield, Missouri. I'll get it right here in just a minute. And the Kickapoo Marching Band is out on the field, and we think we're going to be awaiting as we honor our country with the national anthem.
And signed it. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
All right, and there we honor our country with a national anthem. The Kickapoo Chiefs will be coming out in just a few minutes. They will be in yellow and black lettering. The Wildcats will be in their traditional white with black lettering, black helmets, and a Wildcat that is trimmed out in Vegas gold. So we will see what the coin toss has to say. Let's talk about some starters, some of the people that you will hear us talk about from Kickapoo. Kickapoo will be Trayvon Christian. He is a senior, and he is a wide receiver. Amon Fowler is also a senior. You'll see him in the backfield, and as wide receivers will you see Will Buckley. Brock Brooks is the junior, and he will be the quarterback. Justin Harris will be in there as a running back as well as Eli Wilson. The guy that will be kicking the ball off will be Hunter Botch. He is number 15. Look for Javon Mack to be in the backfield and also as a running back. Benjamin Malo will be a wide out and tight end. And, of course, the big tight end will be Brody Wilson. He's a senior, and he was an all-conference tight end last year. On the line, Parker Kabach. is a senior, and he'll play both ways. He'll play as an offensive tackle and a defensive tackle, and he's going to be the leader out on the field. It looks like the band is getting ready to come off, and we'll be ready to get this ball game underway in just a few minutes. Luke, let's take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the Wildcats starting lineup.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future, one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. Located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Hi, I'm Barry Reel with the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. And if you're watching the game tonight, you probably like winners. You probably want your team to win, and I understand that. Every game's going to have a winner and a loser, but I want to encourage you in life to find the winning team. Jesus Christ is leading the winning team, and he wants you on his team. Joshua says that we have to choose which side we're going to be on. He says, choose you this day who you're going to serve. So I want to encourage you, along with Joshua in the Old Testament, to choose a team to serve. Call out on the Lord today. Talk to him, trust him, and see what he'll do in your life. I want to encourage you to choose the winning team. That's Jesus' team. I hope it'll be your team. For KNEO Radio, this is Barry Reel.
We're at Kickapoo in Springfield, Missouri. John Ball, Matt Ball, and Luke Taylor. We thank you for being here with us. It's going to be a great, great night for football. As we said, the temperature is about 60 degrees. It's still drizzling a little bit outside, and we'll talk about the Cats. They're in the Class 5 District 6. That'll be in the playoffs towards the end of football season, and we'll be in the same district with Willard, Webb City, Republic, Parkview, Carthage, and Branson. Most of those guys will be playing in the COC. And here come the Kickapoo Chiefs. While the Chiefs are coming out, let's go with the starters for Neosho. The offensive line is anchored by Big Everson Tomlinson. He's a senior, and he'll be an offensive tackle. Next to him will be Gabe Bastide, another senior, and he'll be playing in a guard position. The center is Michael Shellhorn. He's a junior. He's 5'11" and 245. On the other side, Brody Leach, a junior, 6'4", 265. And on the offensive tackle side, on the other side, is Abin Carlello. Carlello is a sophomore, and he's starting tonight in place of Jackson Ertl. Quarterback will be Blaine Patterson. Tanner Schrotty will be starting. He had a great, great ball game the other night against Glendale in a JV game, and he'll be starting in place of Roan. Lincoln Howard will be on one wide out. Mason Spiva will be on another. Brock Pyle will be the man in motion. And Haven Plummer, who had more than 80 yards last week in receiving, will be on the other side. Defensively for the Cats, it'll be Tomlinson, Bastide. Dade Kivett will be playing defensive end. Caleb Wilfong will be the other defensive end. Linebackers will be Kobe McGehee, Nate Winkler, Lincoln Howard. In the backfield, one of the guys that made an interception was Oliver Martin. Cayman Roan will also be in the backfield. Hayden Plummer in the backfield, and also Dane Arthur, the sophomore. So that's who the Cats have got coming up, and they're getting ready to come out on the field right now, and we're going to be ready to play football here in just a few minutes. Matt, it's kind of old-fashioned football weather, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I tell you, I just get excited. I'm just excited. can't hardly stand it, really.
Yeah, it is. It's exciting, and as Coach Larry Perkins used to say, where would you rather be on a Friday night than watching football? Well, I'd rather be at the Bob, that's for sure, but we're over here in Springfield, so we will enjoy. We'll battle the weather a little bit, but the thing about the weather, it knows it discriminates against nobody. If it rains on them, it rains on us as well. So it looks like we've got our captains over there on the side, and they're getting ready to come forward, and we'll have the coin toss here in just a minute or two. This is a beautiful field. It is one of the probably first AstroTurfs that we have seen in a long time. Kickapoo last year was, of course, in the COC. The year before that, they were in the Ozark Conference. So, and they were in that Ozark Conference with several other schools in the area: Waynesville, Lebanon, Glendale, Parkview, Central. Central's opted not to have a football team this year. So it looks like that the captains are going to be Tomlinson, Patterson, McGahee, and I believe that is number 25 for Neosho.
Yep.
And that is Brock Pyle. Yeah, so we'll get the captains. There's 5 captains out there for the Kickapoo Chiefs. I started to say Indians, the Chiefs. And by the way, there's not only some Chiefs fans for us tonight, there's some Red Chief fans, as they're going to be playing in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, and they're going to be taking on the Chargers. Here, we will bring you a halftime program. It'll be brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We want to invite you to stay tuned for that. We'll have some scores around the area. Also, at the end of the ball game, Our Best Banks will be sponsoring the post-game interview with Coach Towdy, and he'll come up, and we'll want you to stick around for that and see what he thinks about, see what his assessment of the ball game tonight is. So they're lined up. They're getting ready to go out to the middle of the field. Luke, let's take one more 30-second timeout, and we'll get this coin flip underway. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
Before we go any farther, we certainly want to thank Kickapoo for the hospitality they've provided for us. We're in kind of a room all on our own, and we're kind of spread out. We're almost down on field level, but yet we're up high enough, hopefully, that you'll get a great view of the ball game. The captains are out in the middle of the field, and the umpire is showing them, White Hat is showing them the coin flip, and he's getting ready to flip the coin, and we'll see. If the Cats win, I would assume that they'll take the ball in the second half. That seems to be what we did an awful lot of last year. Cats also had a onside kick, as well as Glendale. Both of them were performed very, very well. So both of those teams are used to that sort of thing, and we may see that again tonight. Here comes the flip. And it looks like Neosho got the flip. Talking with Brock Pyle out there. And it looks like that the Chiefs are going to be over on the left and the Cats will be on the right. The Cats will be receiving the ball first. The Chiefs will kick it. The Cats will be going from right to left on your television screen. As I said, the Cats are in their white with black lettering, and those new helmets are just beautiful. They've got a wildcat on either side of them, and as I said, they're trimmed out in Vegas gold. We'll be ready to get this ball game underway in just a few minutes. There's a minute left on the clock, and that'll be enough time for us to. Luke said he's buying ice cream after the ball game.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. We are excited to get this ball game underway, and it looks like Aiden Plummer and Lincoln Howard will be back. The kicker is going to be, it looks like number 32. And that is Ethan Barlett. He's a sophomore. He's waiting. The officials are huddled in the middle, and we're getting ready to get this ball game underway. It has stopped raining for just a few minutes, so that makes all the fans really excited, and you can hear them out there in the background. The officials are out there trying to make sure that we've got all the ground rules taken care of, and here we go.
Mercy.
Yeah. They've a couple of them have got big white towels because they feel like they're going to need it. The ball is going to be wet from time to time. All right, it is Lincoln Howard and Hayden Plummer back to receive the ball. The kicker Barlett has put the ball up on the tee. And the whistle's blown, and here we go. Now there is quite a few over on the Neosho side. We're glad to see those Neosho fans come out for the ball game tonight. And we're getting ready. Here we go. We're going to make sure, Kickapoo wants to make sure nobody's offsides, and it's a high kick, and it's back, and it'll be taken as a catch back by number 3, Lincoln Howard. And so the Cats will come up and they'll start off at the 20-yard line. Well, apparently a game time decision. It looks like Keyshawn Roan is in the backfield for the Cats, so and that's good. We were a little bit concerned about that. To begin with, we'll see if Ertl is out there too. And Patterson looks over at the sideline. Brock Pyle in the slot over on the far side. And there's the ball immediately, and it's fumbled, and it is recovered by Kickapoo. Looked like number 51.
That is 57.
57 is Justin Escobar. So the Chiefs pick up a fumble immediately, and they are in great scoring position on the 19-yard line. Big Escobar just dove down on the ball and smothered it. Nobody even got a chance. Quarterback is number 7, Brock Brooks. Calling the signals, and they're going to hand the ball off to number 34. It is Brody Craftman. Picked up about 2 on the play. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think it was 24. Javon Mack.
Javon Mack, yes, it was. Number 24, Javon Mack. My eyes are just getting worse all the time. I apologize for that.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes Mack again, and he is popped hard by Kobe McGee that time, and he got maybe picked up a yard on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and about 7. So it looks like the first 2 plays from scrimmage for the Chiefs have been handoffs. They've been known as a passing ball club. In fact, that's what we watch more than anything else during warm-up time. Number 1 in motion. And Brooks is back, but there's a whistle blown. And I'm going to assume that's some sort of a procedural call.
Yeah.
And it is against, it's timeout for Kickapoo. So there's the first timeout of the ball game. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be right back with you. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Affordable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
Well, we're at Kickapoo, and Kickapoo Chiefs are third and long. It looks like it's going to be third and about 7, and they're at about the 15-yard line. After a timeout, Brooks back, and here it looks like he's going to roll out, and he's going to pass it, and there's a pass all the way into the end zone, and it's way out of the end zone. That was intended for number 1, Telvin Christian. So it looks like this is fourth down, and they're going to bring in their place-kicking team.
That was number 4, Will Buckley.
Was that Buckley?
Yeah, it was Buckley.
Okay, all right. I'll get it here in a minute.
We're all right.
Yeah. And they're getting ready to set up. Holding is Underwood. And there's the snap. It's up. And it's no good. So the Cats take over on downs. Cats dodged a bullet that time.
Boy, I tell you.
Took the kickoff, and the first play from scrimmage, we fumbled the ball and left Kickapoo in great field position. But the Cats defense did just exactly what we saw it continue to do last week, and they held. And the place kick was no good.
Great defense.
Great job by the defense. The Cats come up to the line. Patterson takes the snap, and he just runs with it, and he's going to get up about 4 yards. Escobar was in there, and he made the tackle. He's a pretty good-sized young man, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Patterson up again, calls the snap and gives to Rome, and Rome is stopped right there, pushed back for just a little bit. So that's going to make it third and about 7. Cats need to dominate the offensive line right here. We've got 2 wideouts on each side. Pyle is in the slot position. Patterson wants to look over at the coach. Rome comes over to this side. Here comes the snap. Rome is out, and there's a play over the middle, and it's to number 1, and he has got yardage. That is Mason Spiva.
What a catch.
What a great catch, and that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 39-yard line. So there is the first down of the ball game, and here comes Patterson again. He's throwing the ball, and it is picked up, and it's caught that time by Brock Pyle. And Pyle gets another first down, and that's going to take the ball into the Kickapoo territory at about the 40-yard line. So the Cats are moving the ball. They're give to Rome, and he looks like he's going to pick up about 6 on the play. They're playing the game of trying to move each other around in a scrum out there, but I believe his forward progress is going to be stopped.
And he stayed
at about
up.
the 46, and he did. He stayed up. He sure did. So it looks like it's second and about 6. Pyle's in motion over here in the slot on this side. And the ball's given. It's a keeper. He calls his own number, and Patterson is almost up to first down territory. Looks like it's going to end up being 3rd and about 2. Eli Wilson was in on the tackle that time for the Chiefs. 3rd and 2. And there's the snap. And Patterson's going to go himself. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. If it's not, it'll be close enough for the Cats to go ahead and make the move. Yeah, it's going to be really, really close. And we're going to have timeout for a measurement. We had one measurement in the whole ball game last week. This ball game with 8 minutes and a second left in the first quarter, we're going to have our first measurement. And they're coming out. From what I can see, it doesn't look like they're going to make it. They're going to pull it tight, but yeah, it's going to miss it by about 6 inches, it looks like to me. Yeah, so this may be the time that the Cats bring in their tank formation, and they just kind of move the football at their own will. It may be 6 inches, Matt. It may be closer than that. In either case, we know Coach Towdy well enough to know that that's close enough to go for it. And here we go. We've got Kobe McGehee in the backfield as well as Everson Tomlinson.
We got the bulldozer.
We've got the bulldozer, and here we go. Here we come, and there we go. We got it. Moved right into it. And that's the first down.
There we go.
Yeah, Kickapoo was motioning it wasn't, but that was...
They didn't want it, and I understand.
I understand that too. So great job by the tank formation to come in and get the first down. Now there's a whistle out on the field, and we're going to...
I was going to say, I didn't think of it.
No, the officials have got to get in place. And here we go. There's the snap, and Patterson is going to run it himself, and he's all the way up. He's got another first down. That's going to move the ball up to about the 15-yard line. No, it's not. It's going to move it on up to about the 12-yard line. And here we go. Patterson calling the signals. Here comes Brock, and there's Patterson wants to throw the ball, but he's just going to hang on to it, and he's going to be pushed back. Nobody open that time. Pyle was running just as hard as he could and turned around and went right back the other way, and that didn't fool anybody. Second down, the Cats have got to get down to about the 8-yard line. And the ball goes to Rome. He finds a little bit of a crease, and he's going to make it on up. That'll make it 3rd and about 4. Picked up about 2 on the play that time.
Need a big play here.
And here come the Cats. And he looks over at the coach. The coaches are giving him signals. And here we go. There's plenty of time left on the clock. 3rd down and about 4. And Patterson is going to go himself, and he's got the first down. Went right around the end on the far side. Faked the ball off to Rome and picked up the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal from, looks like about the 6. Pile in motion again. Ball is given to Rome, and Rome is in the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown!
And was given to Rome, and he saw the crease and came right on through with it, so the Cats are first to draw blood with 6 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter after that little stutter step when we took the ball and back on the 20-yard line on the kickoff and then fumbled the ball, and the defense came in and stopped Kickapoo, and the Cats have driven the field. Here's Fluentes for the extra point. Holding is Ethan White. The kick is up, and it's good.
Man, what a drive by the Cats.
Well, great drive by the Cats. With 6 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter, the Neosho Wildcats up over the Kickapoo Chiefs by a score of 7-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Want to know what your home is worth? Stop by to get a free competitive market analysis with Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. They're proud to serve the Neosho area and will stay with you every step of the way, whether you're buying or selling. A family-owned business for over 25 years, Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. 417-451-1700 or by email at gkitchen.showmerealestate@gmail.com. Home of the Happy Campers.
6 minutes and 3 seconds left, and the Cats have scored. The score is now 7-0 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. Tanner Shoddy will be kicking the ball off for the Cats, and in the backfield, looks like that is number 1.
Yeah,
Taven Christian, and over on the other side, I can't hardly see.
Just a second, I'll
see that number. It's number 2, I believe, and that is Amon Fowler. So they will be back, and Shoddy will kick the ball off. Now, Shoddy last week did not kick the ball a long ways, but tried to place it over in the corners. We'll see if he does the same thing this week. Here comes the kick, and it's kind of a pooch kick, and it's picked up, and it's killed right there on about the 19-yard line. The ball was picked up by Fowler, and he fell on it right there. So the Chiefs will set up over on the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Cats need another big defensive stand right here and pick up the ball and go back in and score again. Brock Brooks here, he throws the ball to number 1, kind of a screen pass, and he is tackled. He does not get out the first down yard line, but he's close. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and about 3. That was Tevin Christian. Stands back in there. It is a first down, so and the Chiefs have got their first down of the ball game. Little sideline pass that time, and they set it up really well. And here comes a quarterback is getting nailed. Number 54 is in there for the Cats. And that is Dayton Kevitt. Kevitt is the other side defensive end, and he throws Brooks for a loss. Throws him for a loss of about 6 yards, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2nd and about 16. And the big tight end Wilson is in motion, and looks like that Brooks is going to call his own number, and he does, and he gets back up to the original line of scrimmage, maybe 2 more yards.
Is that Kivet on the tackle again?
That was Kivet, yeah. Kivet in that defensive end position for Jackson Ertl. We saw Jackson was dressed out, but we haven't seen him play yet. Ball snapped to Brooks, and he looks like he wants to throw it over to one side, and he does. And he gets it to number 24. And that is Mack. And he's pushed out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 7. Fourth down and about 7. I'm sorry. So they're going to bring in their punting crew. And out comes number 32 is Ethan Barlett. Back to receive, and he's way back to receive. This is a high rolling kick, and it takes a huge bounce for Kickapoo, and it's out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Cats couldn't do anything that time, but just kind of let it go and watch it, and it bounced the wrong way. So the Cats' defense holds again. And the offense is going to set up shop on about the 19-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Roan in the backfield with Patterson. Patterson's been successful at calling his own numbers so far. Number 1 is, and he does it again, and he's moving right up to, he's going to pick up about 7 that time. Spiva was in motion that time. Cats are being very successful with motion and being able to be pretty deceptive. So it's 2nd and about 2.5. Pyle standing in almost in the backfield as a blocker, and that's exactly what he does. The ball is given to Roan, and he gets across and picks up the 1st down.
Boy, the Cats are just moving right along, aren't they?
They're moving just right along. Roan had his career-leading rush last week. I have no doubt he may be doing the same thing again this week. And the ball is passed to number 2, and that is Plummer. And he is moving and still continuing to move. Gets knocked out of bounds, and he picks up about 8. That was Lincoln Howard. I'm sorry, I said Aiden Plummer. It was not. And he, well, it looks like he got almost all the way down. Looked like it's about half a yard. So that was a nice effort by him. Now they're going to call it a 1st down.
Hot dog.
So the Cats pick up another 1st down. Patterson gets the ball, goes over to Spiva. Spiva gets nailed right there for the loss of about 2 yards.
They had his number that time.
Yeah, they did. Number 9, Justin Harris, was in on the play for Kickapoo. So the Cats are thrown back to, it's going to be 2nd and looks like about 13. And they're decided to try it again, and it does not work. That time the ball was going to Aiden Plummer. Didn't pick up anything, so it'll be 3rd and long. Cats are looking over at the sideline, and they're seeing 2 coaches give the signals. And here we go. We got Spiva and Pyle over on this side, and there's a hard snap, and we're going to pick up 5, I believe. And that'll get us on up past the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2 more, and that's exactly what it does. So that moves the ball up to 3rd and 8. Cats were very successful last week with that hard snap and picked up 3 first downs. We're looking over at the coaches. They're making up their minds. They're showing all kinds of signals over there. Now we're ready to go. And Pyle is over on the other side. And here comes a throw, and that should be pass interference. Yes, it is. It absolutely is, and that's pass interference on number 32 as he was trying to guard Plummer, and he held him up down there. So that'll be another 1st down for the Cats. It's not a spot foul, but like I said, it will be a first down.
Great decision by Patterson to throw the ball.
Yeah, it was. It sure was.
He saw the pass interference and threw it.
He did. You know, Patterson is doing more and more, showing us that he has matured so much from last year when he was a sophomore and was just called upon occasionally.
He's been watching the Chiefs football, I believe.
Probably so. So the Cats have got the ball at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 in Kickapoo territory. And the Cats are getting ready. Here comes the snap. The ball's handed off to Roan. Roan's going to try to get on the outside. He does. And he almost picks up the first down again. That last 3 yards he picked up, Matt, was nothing but pure keeping your legs moving.
Yeah, it was. Looked like a sewing machine.
Yeah, it absolutely did. So it's second down and about 3. There is 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. The Cats are up by a score of 7-0. And the ball is given to Roan again. He's going to bounce out over on this side.
Oh.
That was really, really close. That was tackled in there by number 45. That is Ethan Hoffman that got him. So it'll be 3rd and about 2. Roman bounced one more time and been to the outside. I believe he'd had a touchdown.
The O-line is doing fantastic.
Yeah, the O-line is doing a great job. And we'll 3rd down. This is a good time for the Cats to pick up. This is a big play. And the ball goes, and Patterson calls his own number, and he gets the first down easily. Gets the ball down to about the 20-yard line. The thing about Patterson is, you know, that he can throw the ball, but we're seeing him run more tonight than we saw him do last week at all. And
hey, it looks like tempo. Tempo is the name of this game right here.
It absolutely is. I believe you're right. And we're looking. It looks like they've got spotted the ball on about the 21.5-yard line. So, and we're going to call that's the first period of play. After one period of play, Neosho Wildcats 7, the Kickapoo Chiefs 0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Kickapoo. Looks like there's 2 flags on the field. The Cats came down and started out. Patterson called his own number, and we saw a flag from all the way back in the Kickapoo backfield, as well as a flag in the Neosho backfield. So they'll get together and see if it stands. Well, it's going to be against Neosho, it looks like. And we'll get the call here in just a minute. Looks like it's going to be a big one. It's a 15-yarder. And it's a hold against Neosho. So that'll move the ball back, and it will be 1st and 20. It was a 10-yarder. I said 15, and 1st and 20. So the Cats back themselves up just a little bit, but here we go. And the ball goes over to, we get up to And that ball, there's another flag, and that may be a horse collar flag. That ball was caught by Lincoln Howard over on the far sideline, and he not only got back to the original line of scrimmage, he picked up about 5 after that. We'll see what the call is here. And it looks like they're talking to Neosho, but we're going to move the ball back again, apparently. And we'll see what the call is. It's going to be against Neosho, and it's holding again. So that'll certainly be first down, and it'll be first and, it says first and 20, but I believe it's probably closer to first and 15. First and 16 is what the scoreboard says. And that was a nice run that time. There was a long, long ball that was headed for Lincoln Howard. He just couldn't get around to it. But that's okay. Second down coming up. It was a nice throw by Patterson that time. It just off a little bit. I think sometimes you've got to throw that long ball like that just to remind everybody that you're still out there and capable of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
20 seconds and counting. Looks like the Cats are breaking. They are in their no-huddle offense, and here's the snap. Patterson's got it, and he gives it to Rome, and Rome is stuck right there and maybe thrown back for another 1.5 yard loss. So it'll be 3rd and long. Cats need to play right here. Trip wideouts over on the far side, and a lone wideout on this side. Ball snap, and it looks like that Patterson is going to go for it himself, and he's got the first down. And then some maybe. And there's a flag. And I believe that flag could very well be a horse collar. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely. So that'll be another 15 tacked on, and the Cats looking like they backed themselves into a corner, and Patterson, seeing that it was wide open, went down the middle, almost had the first down, but most definitely will now. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct, and it's a horse collar, and it's going to move the ball on up because that's not a 10. It's a 10-yarder. And the Cats will be 1st and 10 from, looks like about the 13. Nice job by Patterson to see that there was nobody open and take off.
Boy, he took off.
He did. There's a snap. The ball goes to Rome. Rome is going to go up the middle, but he is stopped. Julian Escobar again, right in the middle of the defense, made the stop. And he's going to pick up about 4, so that'll make it 2nd and 6. We've got to get down to the 4-yard line for another first down. Mason Spiva in motion, and Patterson calling his own number again, and he gets down across the 5. And it's going to be close to the 5, maybe the 6. Escobar made the tackle again, so it's going to be 3rd. And this is going to be 4-down territory, obviously, for the Wildcats. Patterson looking over at the coaches. Neosho does not have a huddle offense at all, so they look over at the coaches. Everybody lines up, and here we go. And that's going to get us at least the first down and maybe a touchdown. And I believe the ball is going to be down. The ball is thrown to Spiva over on the far side, and there was nobody close, but I believe he's going to be down on about the 1. Yeah, so it is 1st and goal for the Cats from about the 1-yard line. And here goes Patterson himself. Touchdown, Wildcats. Patterson calling his own number and goes right around the off tackle on the far side to make the score 13-0 with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first half. Fluent is on to kick the extra point. White will be the holder. And here comes the snap. It's down, and it is up, and it's good. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was close.
I thought he had.
I thought number 23 got tagged. He sure did. But with 8 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first half, the Cats are up by a score of 14-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Neosho Wildcat Athletics. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. They carry all the biggest brands, including Under Armour, Nike, and Adidas sports apparel and equipment. Be sure to check out their Facebook page at Sports Locker Team Sales and Specials, or their number is 417-451-9300. Proud supporters of the Neosho Wildcats.
Eight minutes and 55 seconds left in the first half. Neosho Wildcats have had 2 great scoring drives. The quarterback, Blaine Patterson, calling his own number on several times, and he did at that time and just went around off tackle on the far side and scored. The score now is 14-0 in favor of the Cats. Tanner Shoddy is getting ready to kick the ball off. And here comes the kick. It's a little bit higher, more of a pooch kick, but it is caught by number 1, and he is trying to break through, but is going down the sideline and is still up. That was Underwood, Carden Underwood. Nice run of about 15 yards, so Kickapoo will set up the ball, or set up shop on what looks like to be the 38-yard line. Right there close. No, it's going to be about the 35, I guess.
There
they
we
look
are.
one place and then they look another. Yeah. So Cats defense is back out. And we're ready to go. Brock Brooks, quarterback, junior quarterback for Kickapoo, hands the ball off. And he is pulled down by number 59 for the Wildcats.
Caleb Wilfong.
That is Caleb Wilfong, the defensive end on this far side. And he's kind of hobbling for just a minute or two, so he's having to stop for just a second. We'll see. We've got a timeout while we get someone else to come in and we get him off to the sideline. Number 54 is Kivett.
Oh, man.
He's moving over to this side. And while there is a timeout, we will just keep it right here. The Cats were going to call timeout. They're going to get him off the field and talk for just a minute. Kickapoo's taking advantage of the timeout, and they're huddling up for just a minute or two. But here we go. The guy in the backfield that time was Dakin Phillips. He took the ball and ran around the far end, and Wilfong stopped him. So Jackson Ertl in the ball game, number 55, is defensive end over on this side. And the ball is snapped, and there's the give again to Phillips. He's being chased by Ertl, and Ertl picks him up and stops him on gets about an 8-yard pickup. And there's another Wildcat down. And we've got another official timeout. We'll see who the Wildcat is there. He's trying to get up. He's up on his knees. I was afraid that's who that was. That's big number 75, Everson Tomlinson, and looks like he's got a little bit of a knee injury. He's limping off the field. Slow but sure, the Wildcats are gotten hurt in 2 plays now. Tomlinson probably deserves a rest. He's played every snap up until now, Matt.
Yeah. But I hate it. Yeah, that's how he has to get his rest.
I hate it that way, too.
Man.
So here come the Cats. It's 3rd down, and it looks like about 3. And Kickapoo gets up, comes to the line of scrimmage. Number 50 is Ryan Courts is in the middle now, and there's a ball that is handed off, and it's that's carried himself, and Brooks calls his own number, picks up the first down. $7:35 left in the half. Cats are up by a score of 14-0. Brock Brooks in the backfield is quarterback for Kickapoo. Tries to pass the ball over on this far side. And number 1 is caught. Underwood. Well, that's Kristen. Kristen is caught and stood up right there. May pick up 2. 3 on the play, maybe. So it is 2nd and 8. Tackled by a host of Cats that time, led by Hayden Plummer. Number 12, Dane Arthur, moves almost up on the line out of his safety position, and it looks like they're going to try to throw the ball, and they do. And he's tackled, and that looks like that is number 63, that is Wilson. And that is a first down. Donovan Inlow was the one that caught that ball that time. They're running players in and out. In the backfield is number 10, and that is Dayton Phillips. And the ball's handed off to him, and he is ridden down from behind. He's going to pick up about 3. I think Ertl came around from the far side and brought him down. Plummer moves over to the other side. He's guarding the lone wide out, and it looks like it's going to be an in sweep, jet sweep, and it was, but Mr. Roan caught that and stopped the ball before he picked up more than 3 yards. Nate Winkler in on the play that time, too. So it'll be 3rd and looks like about 5. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the half. Stay tuned at halftime for the halftime show, brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'll also have some scores from around the area. Ball is almost handed off, but now Brooks decides he's going to call his own number, and he is up close to the first down. Yeah, that's a first down.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Looks like
there it is.
Yeah. All right, number 77 is in the ball game for the Cats. That is Michael Shellhorn. He's the center. And here comes, there's an illegal procedure. Looked like the tight end, instead of stepping back and moving, looked forward first and came back. So it'll be 1st and 15. They've got to get to the 19-yard line in order to get a new first down.
Did I see Abram Rogers come in?
That's possible.
No, I don't think.
There's the snap, and looks like that Brooks going to call his own number, but he's knocked out of bounds. And he's not going to get back to quite the original line of scrimmage, maybe 2 yards back. So Kivett is defensive end on one side, and Jackson Ertl is back in the ball game on the defensive end on the other side, since Will Fong has got maybe an ankle issue. One man in the backfield, and Brooks looks around, looks at his coaches. Looks like he wants to throw the ball, and he does. He sets back to throw, and there's a ball to the end zone, and that ball is no, it's not caught. Nice job that time by Cayman Rome.
We got a flag.
Got up in the air. That flag was thrown well before the ball was thrown, it looked like to me. And it was thrown in the middle of the Neosho backfield, and it's going to be holding on Neosho. So that'll be close to a first down. We'll bring the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, and they'll move up. And that'll make it 2nd and about 2. It was a nice job by Cayman Rome that time to defend against that touchdown. It would not surprise me to see Phillips get the call, or even for Brooks to call his own number, and that's exactly what he does. He calls his own number, and the runner is popped hard, and that is Wilson, the big tight end, and he was hit immediately by Jackson Ertl. But they get the first down. 5 minutes left in the half. The Cats are up by a score of 14-0. When we come back in the second half, Kickapoo will have the ball kicked off to them. They've got to get down to about the 9-yard line for another first down. And the ball is snapped, and it's handed off to number 10, Phillips. And he is hit, and it's dropped
number
right there.
3.
Aiden Plummer got in there and made the tackle that time.
Gave him a little tap.
Mm-hmm.
Put him down.
Aiden Phillips is a sophomore. He's 5'10" and weighs about 180. And now Coach Thomas is shooting signals over to. You know, in this day and age, there's very few huddles anymore, Matt.
I know.
And here's a ball that is thrown, and he's knocked out of bounds. That ball was thrown and caught that time by Christian. And he had the block, but he had to step out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd down and about 8.
Definitely speeds up the game, no huddles.
Yes, it does. Certainly does. And make sure that your kids are in good physical shape, though. If you don't have a ball club that's in good physical shape, it can sure hurt. Cats could make a hold right here. What a momentum changer this would be. Ball's hiked to Brooks. It looks like he wants to throw it. He's back, and it's in and out of the hands of number 2, and that is Fowler. Dane Arthur on the defense that time.
What a
so
stop.
It'll be 4th down. And I'm
bringing out the field goal.
I think that's exactly right. They're bringing out their field goal. 3 points is better than no points.
At this point.
It absolutely is. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the half. Bartlett is getting ready to kick. The ball is down, and he kicks, and it's up, and it bounces.
It's no good.
It's no good.
It bounced back out.
It bounced, hit the corner post, and bounced back out. So the Cats will get the ball, take it over on downs.
Huge for Neosho.
Great, yeah. That really was, considering they could have scored 3 points and come back in the second half and had the ball. Well, that's the second one the Bartlett has missed like that. Certainly either one of those could have gone in. Cats have got the ball on the, looks like about the 20-yard line at 1st and 10. Ball snapped to Patterson, gives to Roan right up the middle, and here he goes. He's going to get up across the 25, maybe 26-yard line before he's brought down. Everybody's set up, and here we go. Plummer's over here on this side waving his hands just hard and fast as he can, and there he goes. There's a throw, and it's a long pass, and that's to number 1, and it's going to be a foot race, but he is going to make it, and the Wildcats are going to score their 3rd touchdown.
He gone.
Woo! Number 1 is Mason Spiva.
Hey.
Yeah, Spiva has continued to grow and pick up a little bit, and that was a 77-yard pass play. And the Cats, just like that, are up 20-0. And we're getting ready. It looks like maybe Shoddy's going to try to kick the field goal. And it's up.
And it's
good. So with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to play in the first half, Neosho Wildcats are up by a score of 21-0 over the Kickapoo Chiefs. We're going to take time out for this and be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
3 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first half. We're at Kickapoo High School in Springfield, Missouri, where the Neosho Wildcats are leading the Kickapoo Chiefs by a score of 21-0. The Cats have done a great job, Matt, defensively, and have made the stops when they needed to make them. There's the kick from Shoddy, and that's going to go all the way back. It's going to be picked up on the ground, and it looks like that number 9, Keyshawn Roan, not Keyshawn, but his brother, Cayman Roans, made the stop on about the 47-yard line. That set up just perfect for the Chiefs because you could see the crease start and you could see the runners in front of him, couldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And Roan somehow got into that, busted the wedge, and made the tackle. Javen Mack is in the backfield now, And here comes Brooks. He's going to throw the ball, and it's out of bounds. But that was meant for number 4.
This is for all you
Buckley.
people out there having a watch party tonight. I hope you're having as much fun as we are right now.
Absolutely. It's a great, great ball game. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. The rain has stopped. I don't see an umbrella out there at all. And the clock is stopped at 3:04 as it should be with that ball being thrown out of bounds. Brock Brooks in the backfield. He steps in, calls an audible at the line. And there's a timeout called, it looks like. I don't know whether it's timeout or whether it's, I believe that was a procedural call, and it's going to move them back 5 yards. So now it is 2nd and 15. Back in the backfield and over on the far side is Tevin Christian. Ball snapped to Brooks. He wants to throw it, and it's a little shuttle pass up the middle, a la Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
And Mac gets up to the original line of scrimmage and maybe another yard or two. So it is now picked up 4 on top of that, so it is 3rd and about 6. And the Cats had a great, great chance of trying to get the quarterback, and that's what they were thinking about. And same thing could very well happen again, except Brooks calls his own number, and he picks up the first down. He's tackled by Roan. It's great that Roan can make the tackle, but he's a safety, and that means that Brooks got all the way through. But it'll be a first down with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime show, which is being brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. We'll also have scores from around the area, the COC and the Big 8, and a couple more. And it looks like he's going to call his own number again and try to throw the ball, and he throws it out of bounds. And he was going to get dropped. Brooks was going to get dropped for about a 10-yard loss, but he saw that the thing to do was get the ball thrown out of bounds, and that's what he did. So it's 2nd and 10 with 1:57 left in the first half. Brooks the quarterback. Mack is in the backfield with him. Christian in motion, and here comes number 2, and he does. He gets him that time, and that is Lincoln Howard. And he drops Brooks for, looks like, about a 9-yard loss.
Boy, so they're calling him tonight.
Woo. Yeah. So it's going to be 3rd and 19. Howard saw a chance to slip in there and got back to him untouched. 2 wideouts over on the other side, and looks like it's going to happen again. This time it's Ertl. Ertl is hurt though, and but he's getting up and he's okay.
Maybe you said a quick prayer, you know?
maybe that's exactly what happened. But Ertl came across that time, and it is now 4th down, and, well, it says 19, but it looks like it's more like about 29. And Kickapoo trying to decide just exactly what to do. There's 9 seconds left. There's 42 seconds left in the half. And I'm assuming they did just that. They called timeout. And while they take timeout, Luke, we'll take a timeout too. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church. because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook/Calvary of Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
Welcome back. We've got 34 seconds left in the half, and Kickapoo comes out there in kick formation. Number 2 for the Wildcats, Lincoln Howard, is back to receive the punt. And the Chiefs in all kinds of formation back there, but here comes the punt, and Howard is going to let it drop, and it's going to take a big roll, and it'll be back on about the 8-yard line. No, 14-yard line, I'm sorry, 14-yard line, 22 seconds left in the half. Enough time for the Cats to maybe pick up one play. Matt, this is not a time that you want to throw the ball within this close to being able to intercept it and score a touchdown. So, the good news is after Tomlinson limped off the field a little while ago, he's back in, and he may have missed 3 snaps at this last time, but Cats are lining up in victory formation, making sure that we've got enough players out there, and they're just going to snap the ball down it and go in at halftime. And that's exactly what happens. They snap the ball, and we'll go in at halftime. And there's 20 seconds. It'll come off the clock. And at halftime, your Neosho Wildcats up over the Kickapoo Chiefs by a score of 21-0. Stay tuned for the halftime show, which is brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. But Luke, let's take a timeout first, and then we'll come back with that halftime.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at Compton.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Looking for a personal checking account with real rewards? Open a Community Choice checking account at First Community Bank and earn up to $200. Get $100 when you set up direct deposit and another $100 after just 15 debit card purchases. No monthly service fee, free online and mobile banking, and interest paid on your balance. Open your account today with just $50 and start enjoying the perks. Call 888-780-8391 or visit firstcommunity.net for details. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. See bank for complete details.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Do you go somewhere after death, or do you just die?
That's a pretty heavy question. But Billy Graham knew where you could find the answer.
The Bible teaches that there's something in man beyond the body, and the Bible calls it soul. The soul is the essence of who you are, your mind, your emotions, your will, your personality. There is an eternal destiny for every soul, and it's determined by the choices we make here on earth. The loss of a soul is tragic because death renders it permanent for all eternity. The good news is that God offers eternal life to every soul.
You can have that assurance when you begin a relationship with God's Son, Jesus Christ. Want to find out more? Go to findpeacewithgod.net. Then once there, click on Begin a Relationship with Jesus Christ. That's at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 2918 East 20th Street in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
The Wildcat Minute is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
Welcome to Wildcat Minute. I'm John Ball, and we have Athletic Director Keith Kilgore. Coach, thank you so much for spending a little time with us today. I know it's a busy, busy time out there.
Well, John, thank you for having me, and yes, it is, and just getting the seasons up and running and going, and the start's always exciting.
Well, I tell you what, we got more than our money's worth last Friday night, didn't we?
Well, we did, and it was a great home opener. It was well attended, just a packed house, and going into overtime, it's not quite what we wanted or expected, but bottom line is just a win.
Yeah, it's a win, and right now this is halftime, and we're at Kickapoo, so we can't talk about the score, but I feel very confident that the things that we learned last week, kids are going to put them together, and coaches are going to make it work, and we're going to be a better ball club tonight also.
Well, every game played, you learn, and you make the adjustments, and I know they evaluated the film and see where they need to improve, and we got a great coaching staff, and Coach Towdy is the head coach, and his staff works really hard. They put in they'll have a great game plan going into Friday.
Well, not only that, but we've got softball started as well, and I know that we've got a new coach, B.J. Goodell, and she is exciting, and these girls are excited about playing. Hey, we lost a couple of seniors last year, but, of course, this is Friday night. We're hoping we're 4-0 at this point.
Hey, we're excited for Coach Goodell and her staff, and they have really started the season well, and 3-0 going in today's home opener versus Lebanon. The start home opener with Lebanon for COC action, and they got a big road win in their first conference opener against Waynesville. Actually, it was a shutout, and right now there's a lot of excitement. She's got a good number of girls that were out for the team.
Yeah, we really do, and it's going to be really, really great. Hey, you brought someone onto your staff, a guy that I really admire, and Coach Jeremy Phillips. Tell me a little bit about what he'll be doing.
Well, Well, I mean, he's our assistant athletic director, and I call him Co. And, we work really well together. Just been very impressed with Coach Phillips and what he's done with the wrestling program and what he's done for Neosho and the athletic department. So bringing him on staff, we're going to utilize, the skills that he brings and the connection that he has to the Neosho community.
And let's step back just a minute or two. Let's go back to last Friday night. I can't tell you how many people made a comment about what I call the Jumbotron. I think you all call it a tech board or something like that, but it puts us up in the big time, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, yes, when we call it the Jumbotron, and it just adds a fan excitement to the game, and, and as far as what we're able to do with that, I'm looking at how do we get the community involved, and and it's also going to interactive. So it's going to create some, that fan excitement, but also for our players, and it's we want to highlight everything that we've done as a school district as well. So it is definitely a piece that we're very proud of.
One more thing, and I'll let you go. Of course, the Cats are going to be back home against Lebanon this next Friday night, but then we go to Waynesville. The logistics change a little bit from maybe an hour trip to what could very well be a 3.5, 4 hour trip, don't they?
Well, on the road at Kickapoo, and then we get Lebanon here. And if you remember last year, that Lebanon game came down to the wire, and we were lucky to leave with the win. And so, our community will be up for the challenge, and we look forward to the next game played at the house.
Yeah, it's always exciting. There's not a coach around that doesn't really want to play in front of their hometown people and in their own house. Coach,
exactly,
thank you.
Right.
Hey, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. I'll let you get back to your busy schedule, but appreciate you and appreciate everything that you and your coaching staff is doing in order to make Neosho an exciting place.
Well, John, thank you, and we appreciate KNEO, and go Cats.
Thank you for listening to the Wildcat Minute, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Neosho Wildcats.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. Adam Winkler here with you, joined by Caleb Garton. He is a trainer with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today's topic, what is a meniscus tear and what is the recovery time?
So your meniscus is the cushion that goes in between your femur and your tibia to absorb some of the shock. When you tear that, there's a little flap that'll flip up that gets caught in the joint. From there, it really depends on what they decide to do with the surgery. If they just clean it up, you're looking at 2 or 3 weeks. If they decide to sew it back together to get it to repair, you're looking at 4 to 6 months. So it's a pretty large variant on how long the recovery time might be.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler. This portion of the game is sponsored by First Community Bank, with 2 Neosho locations, 111 East Main Street and 3005 Gardner Edgewood Drive. For personal or business banking services or for loan information, their phone number is 451-3222 or 451-2025 or online at firstcommunity.net. First Community Bank, where their slogan is, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. The best teams in sports always end up with a target on their backs. Their success means that they are always being hunted by the rest of the teams in the league. In our own lives, when we make the decision to follow Jesus, it's not always easy. Noticeable changes take place that force us into the role of being hunted. We shouldn't be surprised when a target is on our back because persecution and suffering is part of our journey as followers of Jesus. 1 Peter 4:12-13 explains, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." Today, let's be encouraged that a genuine life in Christ comes at a cost, but our temporary challenges reveal we're on the right path. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
All Wildcats all the time. Check out the Neosho Wildcats dedicated video portal on kneo.org. It's a site dedicated completely to your Neosho Wildcats. Watch the games live and see upcoming game schedules on the Neosho Wildcat portal at www.kneo.org. Welcome back to Kickapoo in Springfield, Missouri. It's halftime where the Cats are ahead by a score of 21-0. We've had 2 rushing touchdowns. Cayman Rome has got 1 rushing touchdown. Blaine Patterson, who's had a lot of success in the first half of calling his own number. And then the big bomb, the last touchdown, was a 77-yard touchdown pass from Patterson to Spiva, and he caught it about the Kickapoo 40-yard line, and then it was a foot race, and he just kind of left everybody in his dust. So it's been a good first half. We've seen a lot of things that we felt like that we were really, really pleased with. One of them is Jackson Ertl was called back into the ball game. We thought that he was going to be out, but Caleb Wilfong ended up with a bad ankle, and Jackson was called in, and he's made 2 sacks for loss of yardage all on his own, and he's chased over to the other side. Also, Everson Tomlinson was out for just a minute or 2 with a ankle injury. Got to rest a few minutes, Matt, because he didn't have to take all the snaps and then came right back on in.
Yeah.
Luke, what have you got for us as far as scores around the area?
Yeah, let's check out a few of the scores locally. Webb City Cardinals are having a rough go tonight. They're playing the Nixa Eagles. They're at the halftime right now, and Nixa's up 21-7 over the Cardinals at the moment. Looking at a few other scores in the area, the Glendale Falcons are up over the Willard Tigers with a score of 28-6 at halftime. The Carthage Tigers are up over the Ozark Tigers at the half with a score of 28-6. The Joplin Eagles right now are just narrowly behind the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. Lebanon has 21, Joplin has 20. And then Republic is playing Waynesville tonight. Right now, the Republic Tigers in the halftime, they got 42, Waynesville 0. We also will take a look at the Big 8 conference scoreboard. And right now, Nevada Tigers are up over the Aurora Hound Dogs with a score of 42-0 at the half. Also at the half, Monette Cubs are up 58-0 over the Stratford Indians. We'll take a look at Lamar and East Newton's game. Right now, Lamar is winning it. They're at the halftime right now at with a score of 22 for the Tigers and 6 for the East Newton Patriots. Right now, we have a tied game in the game between the McDonald County Mustangs and the Cassville Wildcats. Right now, it's tied up 14-14. It says second quarter, so I don't know if they are in the half just yet. And as we look over at the Seneca Indians, they're winning it right now against the Mountain Vernon Mountaineers with a score of 28-3. They're also in the second quarter. If people would like to keep up with all these scores, they just need to go to our website, kneo.org, and we have a scoreboard show webpage, and it's also available under the sports tab. And so if people want to keep up with all the scores in the area games and also take a look at a few from Oklahoma and Southeast Kansas, they're welcome to do that at kneo.org/scoreboard.
Hey, everybody at the Neosho Daily News wants to wish the Wildcats the very best and go for that win. And we're excited to look over across and see a large group of Neosho faithful that kind of not only fear the weather, but tough traffic-wise on the way here tonight. And they're being rewarded with the Cats being up by a score of 21-0. Hope you're enjoying the game. We are excited to bring it to you. Hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors, and we want to thank you for listening in and watching on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. Luke, let's take another time out. We've got about 5.5 minutes before we're ready for the second half to begin. I would remind you that Kickapoo will get the ball in the second half to start off, but Matt, the way our Cats are playing defense, it's just another little stump in the road, isn't it?
Yeah, and I want to give credit to the guys down in the trenches. They're definitely moving the line. Wow, everybody's just looking great right now.
Yeah, okay, we'll take a timeout and we'll be right back after this.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
You found it, the ultimate car wash, the one that leaves your vehicle looking brand new every single time. Do we have a prep team that pre-washes? You bet. Over 300 ports applying soap to your vehicle? Yes, sir. 40 high-pressure nozzles providing over 2,500 psi of pressure? Who wouldn't? Buff and dry features that dry your car along with combined 100 horsepower blowers? Try 150. Be careful, we might just blow you away.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They're located in their offices at 811 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or go online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. Go Cats!
This is Pastor James Keyser from the Neosho Church of the Nazarene, and just wanted to share a few thoughts with you today. You know, we live in a world where people are captivated by fear, worry, anxiety, and I understand that when folks don't have God in the center of their life. But when we're talking about the church, the Bible has so much to say that we should not worry, we should not fear, we should not be anxious about anything, but in prayer and supplication bring all our requests to God, primarily because we know God cares about us. And at the end of the day, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, fear and worry, really at the very heart of it, it's a lack of faith and it's a lack of trust in God. I think it's a choice to choose to trust Him in the midst of uncertain and trying times. I really believe that's what God wants for our life. For KNEO Radio, this is Pastor James Keyser.
Well, welcome back to Kickapoo. And speaking of Lebanon, you gave that score just a few minutes ago, and Joplin's having a tussle with Lebanon. They'll be at our house next Friday night. That ball game will start with pregame show at 6:15 with the kickoff at 7. But, hey, we got 2 softball games next week as well. We want you to join us over in Seneca, where we will take on the girls Seneca Indians for a 4:30 start on Monday, and then we take on Glendale for a 5 o'clock start on Thursday, Matt. So we want everybody to be with us for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Come join us.
Here come the Cats. There's about 1 minute and 53 seconds left, and we're getting everybody kind of lined up and ready to go. So we're Kickapoo's over there on their sideline, and we will get this ball game underway in just a few minutes. Some of those other scores, McDonald County and Cassville were tied at 14. That's a little bit of a surprise, especially after Cassville went to Lamar last week and beat them in their house, which by the time I understand, that is the first time that McDonald County has beat Lamar at their house in the school's history.
Hey, you know what? Mack County looks really good this year. What we saw up in the scrimmage there, hey, they looked really good.
Yeah, they really did. The Cats are kind of warming up here for just a minute or two. Luke, let's take one more timeout, a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
About 13 seconds left, and we will get the second half underway. The Neosho Wildcats will be kicking off to the Kickapoo Chiefs, and the Kickapoo Chiefs are down. They've yet to score. The Cats are up by a score of 21-0, and are still kind of warming up, especially on a night like this when it's 61 degrees and the weather is out of the way. You sure want to get good and warm before you get going, because we sure don't want any muscles hurt at all.
No.
Recapping again the first half, Cats defensively did a great job. They got the ball. The Cats got the ball on the kickoff, ran one play from scrimmage, and fumbled the ball. Big Escobar from Kickapoo jumped on it, and they had the ball literally at the 20-yard line, and defense came to town. They stopped them on downs, and they missed the field goal. And then two more times the Cats got the ball turned over on downs, once on a missed field goal. Cats are coming back in. You wonder what Coach Towdy's told the kids at halftime. Guys, you're playing really, really well. Let's just keep going. Let's keep on doing
hungry, boys.
Yeah.
Stay hungry.
Stay the finish. Stay the finish. We certainly don't want to look ahead, but Lebanon, as we said, is coming to our house, and they've given Joplin all that they want for a little while. Looks like the Cats are huddled over, and Kickapoo is over on the sideline. Their field goal kicker, and rightfully so, is over there seeing what they can do to help add some points to the score. Cats are huddled over on the side, and here they come down their sideline. And we'll come out and we'll be ready to go here in just a minute. The clock says there's another minute and 16 seconds left, but we'll get everybody out and going. Hey, it's a beautiful, beautiful evening now for football. It is 59 degrees, and somebody knows that Neil Diamond is my favorite.
I was just going to say something about Neil Diamond.
Playing for me.
Playing your song.
Yeah. And pom-pom girls or dance girls or whoever it is for Kickapoo's down there doing a routine to Sweet Caroline. About 34 seconds, and we'll be ready. The Cats are huddled up over on their side. Chiefs are huddled up, and here they come. They're getting ready to come out. And we'll see. It's going to be Fowler and Christian are going to be back to take the kickoff from, I'm going to assume it is going to be Tanner Shoddy.
Boy, he likes to touch that ball. He has the touch, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, very much so. And we're getting ready to go. We saw a score a while ago. The Chiefs are down to the Chargers by a score of 10-0, and that was halfway through the second quarter. I'm not sure what the score is now. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, not the Kickapoo Chiefs. And Tanner Scheide's getting ready to kick the ball off. Looks up and down the sidelines to make sure there's no... And it's going to be a little pooch kick, and it's going to go on the ground, and it's going to be picked up by number 2, Fowler, and he is immediately brought down by a host of Cats at about the 38-yard line. So Kickapoo will start out at their own 38. And this is the third period of play. Cats defense is back out. I don't see Tomlinson out there. Maybe he's getting a little bit of a rest before the period starts. Jackson Ertl is over here on this side, defensive end, and Dayton Kivett is on defensive end over on the other side. Brock Brooks, the quarterback, is asking for the snap. There it is, and he calls his own number, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards. Looked like we had a chance to get him in the backfield, but he eluded one tackler and moved on up. So it's going to be second and about 5. Mack in the backfield with him, and the handoff to Mack, and he's picked up by number 50 right there and moved all the way back.
Brought down.
And he's brought down. Number 50 is Ryan Counts. He's an 11th grader. And he's playing the center of that line, giving Tomlinson a little bit of a break. So,
hey, the Cats got great depth.
They do. They've got great depth. That moves the ball back, and that'll make it third and about 8. Cats step in. We'll look to see if Brooks doesn't throw the ball. He moves Mack over on the side, and now it looks like that there's a timeout, and it's going to be called by Kickapoo. They certainly weren't on the right. They weren't all on the same page of the hymnal.
They were bouncing around quite a bit.
They were, and this being the third down, Coach Thomas realizing, hey, this is pretty important. We better make sure that we get it right. So he called timeout, and we'll keep it right here. And we'll come back out here in just a few minutes. In case you're just joining us, there's 10 minutes and 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Cats are up by a score of 21-0. Now Kickapoo is back, and here comes the Wildcat defense. Gabe Bastide is leading the Cats, and he's going to be in that 4-down position. Jackson Ertl is in defensive end position, as well as Dayton Kivett. And here's the snap, and it's a quarterback. He calls his own number, and he's going to be real close to the first down.
He got hit pretty hard right there.
He got popped pretty hard. He got made the really nice fake and then went around the far side. But I believe it's a first down. So they pick up the first down. So the Chiefs are just about 3 yards from Wildcat territory. And Brooks is going to throw the ball, it looks like, if he doesn't get stopped before that. And he throws the ball and throws it hard, and it was almost intercepted. And it was hand got up there. That was Oliver Martin that got the hand up in the air, just enough for the defender, number 7. And that was, for Brooks to throw the ball, and the defender was Justin Harris to take his mind off of it. And that was a nice pass play.
Boy, he was wide open.
He was, but Martin did a nice job of getting his hand up
Yeah, he
just
did.
enough to divert it a little bit.
What a play.
And it looks like that there's illegal receiver downfield, and that's going to move the ball back. There's a down lineman or something. That play developed pretty slow. And it's going to be second and looks like about 15. Backfield judges are going to stop and talk for just a minute, see if they can figure out exactly what's going on. And they're going to huddle together right in the middle of both the lines of scrimmage, but now they're ready to go, and the ball stays right where it is. Brock Brook, the junior, is the quarterback for Kickapoo, and he is just as likely to call his own number as Blaine Patterson is. But he's going to hand the ball off this time to Mack, and Mack is going to cut loose, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds. He's knocked out of bounds that time by Dane Arthur, but he gets the first down. Well, certainly Kickapoo has found something that is working for him. That's the third first down they've had in 9 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball is snapped back to Brock, and it's going to be, he's calling his own number again. This time he's for naught, and Kobe McGehee, as well as a group of others, are in there to make the tackle. And he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's just about it. It's second down and 10. He tried to hand the ball off to Mack and then hung on to it, but the Cats weren't having any of that. They didn't bite. There's the ball snapped, and there's a little pass over to the side to number 2, and that is Christian. And he steps out of bounds, but he's going to pick up about 5-6 yards on the play.
That was Amen Fowler, number 2.
Was that Fowler?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomlinson back in on the front 4 for the Wildcats. And now Phillips, number 10, is back in the backfield with Brooks, and Brooks is going to carry it himself, but he's stopped right there by Jackson Erdl and about 3 more Wildcats. And there's a flag. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. He was just frustrated, and he threw the ball down. Unfortunately, it hit a referee, and it's going to cost him 15 yards. So the referee's going to go over and explain to the coach, I realize he was frustrated, but he can't do that. And I'm sure that was not intentional. He didn't mean to hit him. But that's exactly what it is, unsportsmanlike conduct, and that'll be 15-yarder.
No spiking.
No. He immediately walked over to the official and apologized, but it was too late. The flag was already thrown. And I can understand that frustration. They were moving along there just pretty well, and that's going to take them from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and looks like about 20.
You know, when stuff gets frustrating, that usually indicates that the big boys down front are definitely penetrating tonight.
That's exactly what it was. And Erdl was right there. He was right in the middle of it, so he made the stop. So it's actually 4th and 21. And the punter comes out. Back for the Cats is Lincoln Howard. The ball is punted. And Howard's going to have a chance to stop right there. Now, I'm not sure why he dove on the ball unless he felt like one of the Cats had hit it inadvertently. But anyway, we will take the ball on about the 17-yard line. So Howard obviously made the right decision. He thought whoever it was, that it had hit the Cat, and at that point it made it a live ball, and he dove on it. Nice heads-up play by Lincoln Howard. So the Cats will set up shop on, looks like, about the 19. Rome in the backfield with Patterson. And the ball is, Patterson calls his own number, and he follows Rome up through, but nothing doing. Their defense was right there. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, could have picked up a yard. Yeah, it looks like he did. He picked up maybe 2. Cats are down. And here's Patterson, and there. And Roan goes. And his actual forward progress is going to be up to about the 24, it looks like to me. We'll see where it goes. 23, I guess. So it's 3rd and about 6. Cats have only punted 1 time tonight. We don't need to start the 3rd quarter by punting. We need the first down right here. And they're nice job by Plummer being at the right place at the right time. Or no, that's Lincoln Howard. I'm sorry. I get those numbers mixed up. And he got the first down. So nice play by the Cats over on the far sideline, knowing where you were and knowing what you had to do to get the first down. Actually, that ball was snapped almost on the ground, and kudos to Patterson for not losing his head and continuing with the play. There's another setup on the sideline, and that ball goes to Howard again, and he's going to pick up about 8. We'll make it 2nd and 2. Eli Wilson in on the tackle that time. Well, maybe 2nd and 2. Look for Patterson to call his own number right here. No, he throws the ball, and we get another first down. We're going to keep throwing the ball to Lincoln Howard over on that sideline until they figure something out. But that time, he picked up about 12, maybe 14 yards, and we're over in Kickapoo territory with another first down. Pyle is making the cuts back, or not Pyle, but Patterson is making the cuts back, and he actually picked up about 5 more yards in the midst of that. And there is a Kickapoo player down. And there's an official timeout. So we'll take a timeout, too. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats in the 3rd quarter. The score's 21-0 on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Today's Wildcat game is brought to you by Edgewood Bowling Center of Neosho, Missouri. Located at 2811 Gardner Edgewood Drive, they now have new synthetic lanes for adult and children bowling leagues and a smoke-free environment. They also have a certified pro shop and hosting for private parties. They offer Cosmic Glow Bowling on Fridays and Saturdays after 8 p.m. To learn more about Edgewood Bowling Center and their leagues for adults and children, the phone number is 417-451-4505.
The injured player was Tevin Christian. It looks like he had cramps in both legs. He's hobbled off the field. The Cats are still all huddled up, taking advantage of the official timeout, and they're getting ready to come back. And the offense is second down, and it looks like it's about 6. Rome in the backfield with Patterson. We've got trip wideouts on the far side. Mason Spiva over here on this side. And the ball is given to Rome, and he is going, and it's going to be a race to the end. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Nice run that time by Devon Rome. And he ran that ball, let's see, that was about 33-yard run. He just got wide open, saw the crease. Tanner Shoddy with the hold from Ethan White will try for the extra point. And the ball is snapped down and the kick is up.
And it's good.
It's good. So, with 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the third quarter, Neosho Wildcats are up by the score of 28-0. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeremy Bridges with the Canopy Church, and I want to give you some encouragement today. No matter how far you feel from God, right now, did you know He's never more than a prayer away? Psalm 145 says, "The Lord is near to all who call upon Him." If you need to reconnect with God today, He's just one prayer away. If you need to ask for forgiveness, He's just one prayer away. If you need God's help or guidance, all it takes is a prayer. If you haven't talked to God in weeks and you know your relationship with Him isn't as it should be, cry out to Him. It's just one prayer away. And if salvation is what you need, ask Him. He's just one prayer away. Have you talked to God today? He's waiting to hear from you. For KNEO Radio, I'm Jeremy Bridges.
To keep up on the latest Neosho broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com KNEO Radio. Follow us on Twitter at KNEO917 Sports, or download our KNEO iPhone and Android phone app. You can also watch all of our Wildcat Sports broadcasts inside our apps. Download the KNEO iPhone and Android phone app today.
You know, as Matt was reading that, you saw that Neosho tried an onside kick. They almost got the ball back. But Chiefs will start with probably the best field position they've had all night long at about the 50-yard line. So we saw the Cats do that last week and executed it perfectly. It just so happens there was a Chief up there that dropped on the ball. So here comes the defense for the Cats again. And Brock Brooks in the backfield. And he's got two backfielders. This time he's going to turn around the other way, but there's nothing doing. Cats are going to chase him and chase him out of bounds. And he gets chased out of bounds by number 18, and that is Nate Winkler. The linebacker over on the other side. In fact, he ran the other side of the field over and ran him out of bounds. He may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. That's what it looks like. So it's second and 10. Christian must have his leg issues taken care of because he's back in. He's lining up as a wide receiver. And they're blocking, and they're trying to give him all the time in the world. And nice job by the Cats that time. And that was Oliver Martin, who stepped right in front of the ball, was watching the quarterback, threw his hand up and deflected it. You can't ask for much better than that because that was a touchdown if he caught that ball, Matt.
Yeah.
Oliver Martin, a senior, is playing football for his very first year. We've seen him on the hardwoods an awful lot in the past 2 or 3 years playing basketball, but he decided to come out for football, and it's nice that he was able to do that. Brody Mitchell is over here on this side guarding one of the trips that are out, and that ball is caught. And here comes it, looks like number 1. Yes, he most definitely did. And there is a touchdown for the Kickapoo Eagles. The Kickapoo Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it was Tevin Christian that took the ball over on the sideline, eluded one tackle, and just outran everybody else. There is a flag. And that has got to be a dead ball foul and unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but we'll find out here in just a minute. Officials are certainly earning, and it was unsportsmanlike conduct against Kickapoo. And it's going to be called, the touchdown, I believe, is going to be called back.
Yeah, looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my.
That is exactly what happened. I don't know. Well, no, now everybody's coming back over here. And there's still 6 points on the board. So maybe the dead ball foul will be assessed on the kickoff. And the kicker is in to try for the point after, and that is Wyatt Stevens Lewis, and it looks like they were going to try, and it was blocked. So the Cats were able to block the ball, and the score is still 28-6. There's 5 minutes and 18 seconds left in the third quarter of play. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcats Sports Network.
Insurance Benefits Consultants now has 2 locations to serve you. They're located at 1009 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho and at 701 Northwest McNelly Road in Bentonville, Arkansas. They are proud supporters of the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They provide Medicare and Medicaid supplemental policies, as well as life, health, and group health insurance plans from companies like Allstate and Colonial. For more information, call 417-451-4244 or in Arkansas, 479-431-5226.
5 minutes and 18 seconds left, 28-6 in favor of the Wildcats. And the ball is set up on the 40-yard line. And we don't see any type of penalty there. So, maybe that was a no call. But here's the kick, and it is a hard kick, and it could very well be back in the end zone, but it's not. It's picked up by the Cats, and it's picked up by Lincoln Howard, and he gets all the way up to about the 19-yard line.
It's a good run.
It was a nice run because he was right back there on the 1.
We get the wind knocked out of us.
Yeah, and that is number 12, Dane Arthur, and he's kind of limping just a little bit. They'll take him off the field. He's one of our sophomore quarterbacks also for JV, so we sure don't need him hurt at all. And he kicks the football for the Cats. Do we need a punter? So we're getting him off the field, and hopefully that'll be the same thing, and it's a cramp of some sort.
Boy, we hope so.
So now we've got 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Cats have got the ball. Blaine Patterson, quarterback with Keyshawn Roan in the backfield with him. And here comes the snap. The give is to Roan, and Roan goes right up off tackle, and he's going to pick up about 5. Yeah, Cats are set down. They are ready to go. Rock Pile is in the slot over on the far side. And here comes the ball, and it's Roan again, but he is stopped. He's for no gain at all.
Ran into his blocker.
In fact, he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage, I don't believe. Well, no, they're saying he's picked up a couple, so it's going to be third and looks like about 3. Let's see if Patterson calls his own number this time. And there's a flag. And it's going to be a legal procedure against the Wildcats. So that'll move the ball back 5 yards. I say number 52, and that is Bastide jumped. So I don't see how when he was looking back at the coaches to see what the play was going to be.
They saw something I didn't, apparently.
Yeah. There's about 14 seconds left on the play clock. The Cats come back up to the line, and it's going to be third and about 8. And Patterson back to throw, and he's got it way out there, and oh! That ball was meant for Hayden Plummer, and it was just a little bit ahead of him. So it'll be 4th down. And Cayman Rome will be back to kick the ball, so young Mr. Arthur may have hurt himself or resting his leg for just a minute, but Rome's able to kick the ball and get it high up in the air. So the Cats are going to kick the ball for the second time tonight. Comes a kick, and it's a high end over end kick, and it is dropped, and the Cats are going to, I'm not real sure what happened then, but he got hit hard, and he got hit hard by number 24, and that was Cohen DePoe. It looked like that ball was going to go out of bounds, but it stayed in bounds after it came off of his hands. So Kickapoo's got the ball, and it's going to be first down from the, looks like the 37. Cats need to make a stop right here. They've got a little bit of momentum since they got that touchdown a little while ago. Brooks back by himself. You know what he's going to do, and he is stopped right there. Nice job by the Cats, and he's going to be thrown for about a 7-yard loss. Well, Matt, we said earlier when we were watching them throw the ball that if our front four could get in and disrupt that passing, and that's exactly what they've done.
Yeah. Because I tell you what, he was connecting with those receivers, definitely.
So it's 2nd and 15. Looks with Phillips in the backfield now. And he's back to throw again. Ertl almost had him that time. But the Cats are going to... He keeps trying to elude others, and he gets back to about 2 yards from the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and about 11. Ertl almost had him, but he was did a pretty nice job of slipping about 4 tackles that time.
Yeah, he did.
Before he was finally brought down. Cat front 4's down. And there's the snap. And he's going to throw the ball. And number 4 drops it. That was meant for Drake Owens. So it's going to be 4th down.
Punt team.
White Slaven Lewis is back to punt the ball, and Lincoln Howard is back to receive it for the Cats. Just punting the ball back and forth is nice, but the Cats need to pick up another score or two. That ball is going to Howard. He's got it, and he's going. And he's going around the corner, and he is turning, and he's going up, and is getting knocked out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. But there was a Kickapoo Chief that was standing there, and he may hit Plummer, or Lincoln Howard, and Howard made him pay for it. So it was a great, great run that time by Lincoln Howard.
Now is a good time to get that last drive back.
Yes, it is. It'll be first down from, looks like, about the 30-yard line. And we've got a timeout. And timeout is called by Kickapoo. So we'll take a timeout also. Cats are up 28-6. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Looking for extra space near Neosho? At 86 Mini Storage, we offer secure open parking for RVs, campers, and vehicles. Plus, we have a selection of storage units that can hold whatever you need. Conveniently located in Western Neosho with 24-hour access for our customers, and right now, your first month is free. To find out what spaces are currently available or request a unit, visit 86ministorage.com or call 417-621-1601.
Welcome back. There's a minute and 52 left in the third quarter. Cats are set up on the, looks like the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. They're up by a score of 28-6. In the backfield is Blaine Patterson with Keyshawn Roan. And there's that little pass over into the sideline again. And I think they went over to Lincoln Howard. You can't hardly see over there, but it looks like he picked up about 6.
Cats are moving the ball really well.
They are. They're continuing to move the ball. Another touchdown would sure make everybody rest a whole lot better, wouldn't it?
It sure would.
Well, we've had a 58-yard touchdown by Roan so far in this quarter. And Patterson's calling his own number, and he picks up the first down. Looked like that might have been an audible around that end, and he just decided to hang on to it himself. So it's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Ball snapped. Rome is given. It's another one of those little passes just over on the sideline.
Still
and
up.
Lincoln Howard continues to move and pulled a couple of Kickapoo Chiefs with him. And he's going to pick up about 8 on the play. Now 7. Second and 3. Cats are just starting to take a little bit of time off the clock now, and probably rightfully so. There's 51 seconds left in the quarter. And we're set up. Spiva over here on this side in the slot, and the ball is given to Rome, and Rome looks like he's got a chance of taking it in, and he does.
Touchdown.
He scores. Kayshawn Rome, touchdown, Wildcats. He just kept juking his way through that time and made the rest of that all by himself. Well, the score now is 34-6 in favor of the Wildcats. Here's Shoddy on to kick the extra point out of the hold of Ethan White. And the ball's up, down, and up, and through the uprights. It's good. So with 32 seconds left in the third quarter, the Cats now have the lead of 35-6. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
The Neosho R5 School District is committed to shaping the future one student at a time. From academics to athletics, we empower our students to reach their full potential, installing values of hard work, teamwork, and integrity. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the broadcast today and cheering on our Wildcats. Our dedicated teachers, staff, and coaches work hand in hand to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for success. Together, we're building a brighter tomorrow for our community. The Neosho R5 School District, where excellence thrives.
Everybody's getting ready to line up now, and the Cats are getting ready to kick the ball. And Tanner Shoddy, who's been out on the field about as much as anybody, and he's been kicking he's been kicking the PATs, he's been making the kickoffs. And back in the backfield, it looks like that it is Fowler over on the far side and Christian over here on this side. Shoddy kicks that one. It's another one of those little pooch kicks, and it's picked up. And the Cats, number 6 has got the ball, and he's out of bounds on about the 45-yard line.
Saw bodies flying everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And that was Cooper Langston, a senior, 5'10 senior. He plays fullback some. I think the idea behind kicking that ball up close like that is if you kick it far, then that gives them a chance to put the wedge together and get behind it. And if it's one of the up men, then we'll take our chances with getting him.
Well, the way our defense is playing, I mean.
And here we come. Nobody has changed. Everybody is still playing the first string, and that ball goes to number 24, and that's Mack. And Jackson Ertl is making the tackle that time. For a guy that didn't start the ball game because he wasn't feeling too good, he's come in and played a well of a ball game, hadn't he?
Yeah.
We saw him play defensive end last year as a sophomore, and we just knew that he was going to be something. And that will end the third quarter, and we will be back at the beginning of the fourth quarter after this. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back.
In a sense, we all live in earthquake zones. Sometimes things in our world are shaken by forces we can't control. It might be one of those times in your life right now. Life's quakes remind us how breakable and vulnerable we are. You were made for a relationship with Jesus Christ. Only through Him can you be safe for all eternity. He proved it by His blood when He died on the cross to pay for every sin you've ever committed. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM.
Today's sporting event is being made available for your family by Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rental, located just off Highway 49 at the Carterville exit by Casey's. Open Monday through Friday and Saturdays till noon with rentals of outdoor construction equipment and even attachments for your machines. Chris Wright of Dig Right Equipment Rentals is a proud supporter of today's game. 417-317-4995.
Well, Brooks took the ball and called his own number, wanted to throw a pass, but Nate Winkler, took him down, chased him down, and it'll be a loss. They'll take the ball back up to about the line of scrimmage, I think. Looking at a couple of scores, Joplin Eagles are down to Lebanon, who's coming to our house next week, by a score of 35-20 in the third quarter. Republic is beating Waynesville 50-0. Carthage 42, Ozark 13. And there's that little pass play that was dropped. Ball went over to Christian and it dropped. But that'll stop the clock and that'll bring up fourth down. So here comes the punt team again. Howard will go back to receive. Wyatt Stevens Lewis will be punting the ball again. There's a snap and there's the punt. And Howard is going to watch it go out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
Right
where
on
the Cats
the 25, it looked like.
Yeah, very much so. So the offense will take over again. Looks like there's some new uniforms out there for Kickapoo on defense.
Boy, it's starting to rain again, fellas.
Over in the Big 8, Stafford Indian 0, Monette Cubs 70. Whew. Yeah. Seneca 42, Mount Vernon Mountaineers 3. And McDonald County is now 32-20 over the Cassville. That's a final. Patterson getting ready to take the snap. The give is to Rome, and he looks like he's going to pick up a yard, maybe two. And so it's going to be second and about 9. It looks like Winkler is in the backfield now for Neosho. Cats are looking over. In fact, there is a new quarterback, and that is Ethan White. And Winkler takes the snap, and he runs the ball down just over the 30-yard line. So the Cats are starting to save their starters now a little bit with 10 minutes and 2 seconds left in the ball game.
Get them younger guys in there, man.
You bet.
Let them feel the win.
Yeah. White looks down over at the coach, and he comes back. Brock Pyle's still in a slot position for the Wildcats. Nathan Spiva is in motion. And we're going to run it down to about 4 seconds or so. Now we're getting ready to snap the ball, and there's timeout is called by Neosho. So we ran it all the way down, and we'll take a timeout. And we'll be back after this. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game. Cats have the ball game well in hand, 35-6. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
A business impact partner of KNEO is ProLube Tire and Auto Center in Neosho. Serving the area since 2001, they're open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. ProLube Tire and Auto Center offers tire and brake repair, as well as transmission service, front-end alignments, and more. located at 1406 North Business 49 in Neosho. For more information, 417-221-6795 or online at proluberepair.com.
Nine minutes and 37 seconds left in the ball game, and the Cats, as we said earlier, we've got a sophomore quarterback in, and he's going to take the ball. He's going to spin around. He's going to throw the ball, and it's a nice throw over to number 3 for the Wildcats, and that is Hayden Blummer, and he's in bounds. It'll be real close to a first down. Looks like it's going to be third and about a yard. Winkler and White in the backfield, and now it looks like it's going to be fourth down, so the Cats are not going to go for it. Cayman Roan is going to punt the ball. Back is Christian to receive it. And there's a flag. I'm not sure what that flag was.
Way down here.
Yeah, all the way back down here. Must have been too many people. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people, 12 players. Well, no, they're saying it's against Neosho. And they did have 12. And one of them is running off. So, wait a minute. No, the official is saying, it was Kickapoo that had 12 players. It was not Neosho. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's fourth down, and the ball will go back to where it was. Penalties are offset. And we'll get this thing going here in just a minute. At any rate, Cayman Roan is back to punt the ball, and Christian is back to receive it for Kickapoo.
Coach Towdy having a conversation out here.
Well, I think he's probably saying, wait a minute, they had 12 people on the floor, on the field, and that flag was thrown. That meant the play was dead. So at either rate, here we go. And the ball is snapped. Roan kicks it. It's going to be a pretty good end-over-end kick. And there was a flag right there, illegal block in the back, and there's another flag. So there's a flag back here that was illegal block. We saw that. I don't know what the flag is right here in front of us.
I didn't get to catch that.
I didn't either. We'll see. And that took about 12 seconds off the clock. And that looks like a hold over there on that side. And there's a hold. It's against them. And the hold is against them also. So that's the. And this flag out here in the middle, though. And now the official is just standing there. He hasn't picked his flag up yet.
Is that a block in the back?
Well, it was a block in the back. I saw it. And that'll go back to the spot of the foul. And now it's going to be counted off 15 yards. That's right.
Yep.
So at any rate, it'll be first down, 1st and 10 for Kickapoo on about their 20-yard line.
Okay. Zooming in.
Cats have got a few more new white shirts in on defense, and nice job that time. Number 23 was Brody Mitchell, made the tackle that time. And the ball stayed in bounds, so the clock will keep running. Number 30 is in for the Wildcats, and that is Rhett Wilson. Well, that was a nice play that time. The Cats gave pursuit, but they got the ball over to their big tight end, Wilson, and he stayed in bounds, but it's a first down. And the clock continues to run. Will Buckley is over on the far side as a wideout. There's two wideouts on this side, and they're still trying to throw the ball, and the Cats intercept.
Got it.
And that was intercepted by, well, they're going to.
I think he fell. I think he just he dropped it and fell on it.
He may have, but that stopped the play and it stopped the clock also. There's 7 minutes and 50 seconds left, and it is second down. Brooks in the backfield, as he has been all night long. The ball is snapped, and there's a pass over to Christian, who is going to get knocked out of bounds. Cats keep knocking him out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Yeah.
But that's going to be another first down, I believe, anyway. And it's not quite. It's going to be second and about 1. No, it is first down. There it is, yeah. So a lot of clean white shirts out there on defense for the Cats right now. And Kickapoo trying to take advantage of that and make something happen. That ball is caught, but it was completed, and it was completed to Christian, and then he stepped out of bounds. So that play took about 6 seconds. And it was another first down. So the Chiefs looking over at their coaches, and their coaches giving all kinds of different hand signals. And here we go again. Phillips in the backfield now with Brooks. And the ball is handed off to Brooks, and he's going to get up to about the 30-yard line, but he stays in bounds, and the clock keeps running. I invite you to stay tuned for the post-game interview with Coach Towdy after the game, brought to you by Arvest Bank, and then the drive time scoreboard show, which is brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. There's another handoff, and this handoff is to number 24, and he is going to get out of bounds. And that was Javon Max. And it'll be a first down. So the clock is running again. There is a 6:32 left in the ball game. The ball is snapped to Brook. Looks like he's going to throw it over to the side to Mack, and Mack looked like he stepped out of bounds, but he did not. But he gets all the way down to about the 2-yard line. And he's brought down by Caden Sykes.
Tent got in the way.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah, so the Chiefs have got a first and goal from about the 2. And Brooks going to take the ball, call his own number, and he's going to get into the end zone. So the score now is 35-12 in favor of the Wildcats. And they'll come on, and looks like that they're going to try to kick, and that's exactly right. The holder is going to be Underwood. And there's the kick. It's up, and it's good.
It's good.
So with 6 minutes and 16 seconds left in the ball game, the Neosho Wildcats 35 and the Kickapoo Chiefs 13. We'll take this timeout, and then we'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Rome back to receive the ball. There are several Wildcats with good hands up on the front two lines, thinking that there's possibly going to be an onside kick.
I would be looking for that.
I would absolutely too, and it is not, but Rome is going to take it about the 2-yard line, and here he comes. He goes around and steps out of bounds at about the 15. So the Cats will set up shop at about the 15-yard line with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the ball game. We'll see what the Cats can do now. And probably we'll do everything we can to just keep the ball inbounds and keep the clock running.
Absolutely.
Looks like the quarterback is still White. Dane Arthur may have gotten a leg hurt over there. We have not seen him back since that last play, but there's the ball, and White carries it himself, calls his own number, and gets about 8 yards. So it'll be second and I say 2nd and 3. I said 2nd and 2. So we'll say 2.5. How about that?
That sounds good to me.
We definitely will. So it has been a beautiful, beautiful night. We thought that it was probably going to rain the whole time, but it has sprinkled a couple of times, but that was just about it. White in the backfield. He gets the snap, and he gives the ball up. And that is a first down, and that ball went to Winkler, I believe. Well, that ball went to number 6, and that was Caleb Godsperson. Caleb Godsperson is one of those sophomores that has been getting a little varsity time along the way, too. Now, but we did get the first down, and the clock keeps moving in 5:17. And the Cats are probably just going to continue until watch the clock run down. He'll snap the ball with less than 5 minutes left. Goes back, and the ball goes to Gosperson again, and he's going to pick up probably another 5 yards.
Yeah, looks like about 5.
Yeah. And keeping the ball right in the middle, and it continues to go down 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Number 7, Western Richardson is the wideout over here on this side. Everybody is looking around. Hayden Sykes is the wideout over on the other side. Ball snapped to White, and the gives again to Gosperson, and he's moving the ball on up, and he could very well be close to a first down.
Yeah, he's close.
Yes, he is. He's running the ball and running it hard. So it's going to be third and it looks like about 6 inches, doesn't it? And there's 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. The Cats have got 22 seconds on the play clock, so we'll run it on down. I'm just standing there watching, looking at Coach Towdy. And we're back up to the line now. Ball's hiked to White, given to Gosperson again, and he picks up the first down, it looks like. And he does. He picks up the first down.
Good job.
And the clock will stop long enough to move the chains, and it'll start back again. There was 3 minutes and 18 seconds left. I would assume that we'll be under 3 minutes before we hike the ball this time.
You know, I feel like it's kind of a JV football at this point, both sides.
Well, they may very. And the ball is White's calling his own number, and he turns the corner, and he gets the first down and steps out of bounds. Number 21, Cooper Charlton, was in the ball game. He's back out now. And here come the Cats with 2:54. And the ball is given to number, let's see who that is. That's someone new. That's number 15. And that is Dolan Greenfield. Will be somewhat under 2 minutes by the time, or close to 2 minutes by the time the Cats snap the ball the next time. Greenfield is a sophomore. He's 6 foot and goes 163. And White calls his own number, and he gets over to the middle of the field and taking some more time off. So Greenfield out. And number 21, Carl Coughlin, is in the backfield. Over here on this side is number 89.
Nate Stewart.
Nate Stewart, yeah. And looks like that we're going to pass the ball, and the ball is caught, but it's going to be enough for the first down. And that ball went to number 17, and that was Katie Sykes. Nate Stewart over on the far side is a wide out. And the ball goes to White. He hands it off. And we drive the ball right up the middle. And there's a pretty good scrum there. I believe he handed that ball off to Greenfield again. No, I'm sorry. That's number 21. It was Carl Coughlin. And there's less than a minute to play when the ball gets snapped this next time, so this ball game is almost over. We invite you to stay tuned for the post-game interview with Coach Brandon Towdy that is brought to you by Arvest Bank, and the drive-by scoreboard, which is brought to you by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. The ball is snapped and handed off. And that may very well be the ball game. In fact, that is the ball game. Play clock says 34 seconds, and the game clock says 24. So the Cats get off the field and stop it right there. Coach Towdy is out there to congratulate all the players. Final score 35-13 in favor of your Neosho Wildcats. Not only has Roan scored 3 times in the ball game, and it's going to be another career high for him, and they're now shaking hands and going across. We'll take a timeout, and we will come back with a wrap, and then we'll be talking with Coach Towdy.
Want to know what your home is worth? Stop by to get a free competitive market analysis with Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. They're proud to serve the Neosho area and will stay with you every step of the way, whether you're buying or selling. A family-owned business for over 25 years, Show Me Real Estate of Neosho. 417-451-1700 or by email at gkitchen.showmerealestate@gmail.com. Home of the Happy Campers.
Hi, I'm Sam O'Neill with Portable Propane of Neosho. From setting tanks to refilling them, we offer a full spectrum of service to meet your every need. We serve Neosho and surrounding areas, and we are committed to giving you better service at better prices. Give us a call today, 417-437-8927. Thank you.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
I'm Bryce Johnson with this Unpacking It Sports and Faith Minute. The best teams in sports always end up with a target on their backs. Their success means that they are always being hunted by the rest of the teams in the league. In our own lives, when we make the decision to follow Jesus, it's not always easy. Noticeable changes take place that force us into the role of being hunted. We shouldn't be surprised when a target is on our back because persecution and suffering is part of our journey as followers of Jesus. 1 Peter 4:12-13 explains, "Beloved, do not be surprised at the fiery trial when it comes upon you to test you, as though something strange were happening to you. But rejoice insofar as you share Christ's sufferings, that you may also rejoice and be glad when his glory is revealed." Today, let's be encouraged that a genuine life in Christ comes at a cost, but our temporary challenges reveal we're on the right path. I'm Bryce Johnson, and you can unpack that. For more, go to unpackingit.com.
At Arvest Bank in Neosho, we believe in the power of serving others. From small businesses to agriculture, whether you're looking for someone to help manage your mortgage or an expert in wealth management, we got you covered. You deserve a financial partner who cares and wants to help you reach your financial goal. Arvest Bank of Neosho, proud to call Neosho home, and we're waiting for Coach Brandon Towdy. He's coming up now. It's going to be interesting to hear what he has to say. The Kickapoo Chiefs go to 0-2, and the Cats go to 2-0, which is very similar to the start that we had last year when we went 4-0. We'll see if he gets up here. There he is.
He's working his way up
here. Yeah. Coach, congratulations on another great victory.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The kids played, really hard, and that's a good Kickapoo team, and our kids didn't flinch one bit, and they just gave great effort, great execution. Still some things to clean up, but it was a good night for us.
Well, we stutter-stepped a little bit right off the bat, and any other team could have got their dauber down and been in real trouble, but we got the ball back and did what we did. The offensive line had their way and sustained a long drive, and that started the ball game for us.
Yeah, I mean, last 2 weeks, first play of the game hasn't been great for us. We gave up the bomb last week, and then we fumbled the handoff first play of the game this week. But I told the guys before the game that our mind's our advantage, and there's nobody that responds to adversity better than us, and we proved that tonight.
Well, I tell you what, Jackson Ertl had to come in because Caleb Wilfong got hurt. He was dressed out? Was he having some suffers this week, some pains? Or
Yeah.
Ertl?
Yeah, a little bit, So we started some other guys, but Ertl came in and played really well when he got his opportunity. But
he did.
We're just a deep team, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
those guys that came in and played when Ertl was out, and then Wilfong went down, and we had a lot of guys get banged up and come in and out. We subbed a ton of guys in and out, and so, like I said, we got a deep team, and we trust all those guys, and so we're excited about the group we have, but we just want to continue to keep getting better each week.
Hey, it's exciting to watch Blaine Patterson. He is just feeling more and more comfortable. He ran the ball, called his own number tonight more times than we've seen probably that happen, period, and it just shows what he's got. And then he turns around and throws a 77-yard pass play to Mason Spiva.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special athlete. We knew that, and so he's going to make teams pay with his feet, and he's got an extremely strong and he's an accurate arm as well, and so he's tough to defend, and we're glad that he's calling shots for us and not some other team.
Yeah, did we have anybody really hurt? It looked like the Dane Arthur was down, and maybe when he'd been able to get into quarterback, you just kind of let him sit. Did he get a cramp? Or
Yeah, he got rolled up on. He got pulled on that kickoff return, kind of rolled up on twisted a little bit, and so Caleb Wilfong kind of got rolled up on as well. So we got a couple guys that got some bumps and bruises. We won't really know until this weekend. They could have went back in, but given the situation in the game, we just didn't think it was worth it to put those guys in and risk further injury.
Yeah, hey, we go back home next week, and we take on a good Lebanon bunch. I don't know what the final score was, but they were giving Joplin all they wanted and then some.
Yeah, I mean, Lebanon's always a good football team. People maybe think that they're down a little bit, but they're not. I mean, they lost an extremely good running back, but they're starting a lot of seniors. Coach Christian does a great job. He's a Hall of Fame coach, and that's a team that made a deep playoff run last year and ended up losing to the eventual state runner-ups by like 7 points. So they're good. They're always going to be good, but the thing is they've got to come to Bob Anderson, and so we're excited to go home and play in front of our crowd and just have a fun atmosphere.
Well, when it comes down to it, Joplin's got to come to the Bob, Webb City's got to come to the Bob, and we kind of own that house, don't we?
We absolutely do. We always play better at home. It's just an electric environment, and our kids feed off of our student section, our band, our cheerleaders, our dance team, and so it's just awesome time. And so we're happy that we have a lot of those big names that, so to say, at home, and so it should be fun.
Okay, Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations on another great win. We look forward to seeing you all again next week.
Absolutely. Go Cats.
Yeah, go Cats. And we invite you to stay tuned now for the Drive Time show and some other scores that we'll have, and we'll be right back after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
And welcome back. This is Luke Taylor with your Final Drive Scoreboard Show. I want to let you know some of the scores around the area, and some of these games are done. Some of them are still going on, but we'll just tell you where they're at. So Of course, tonight we just watched the Neosho Wildcats win over the Kickapoo Chiefs, 35-13. And we'll be heading home after we get through all these scores here. So what else is going on? Well, Joplin Eagles are playing the Lebanon Yellow Jackets right now. They're in the fourth quarter. Lebanon is up 35-26 over Joplin. The Carthage Tigers are in their fourth quarter against the Ozark Tigers, and Carthage is winning it 49-21. Republic Tigers are up over Waynesville Tigers 50-0. They're also in the fourth quarter. The Webb City Cardinals and Nixa Eagles have a final score. Nixa wins it 28, Webb City 20. Willard Tigers have lost to the Glendale Falcons. Glendale won that game tonight 44-12. Looking at the Big 8 Conference, Cassville Wildcats played the McDonald County Mustangs tonight, and the final is that McDonald County won 32-20. The Seneca Indians were triumphant over the Mountain Vernon Mountaineers with the final score of 42-3. The Lamar Tigers have won their game against the East Newton Patriots. The final score in that one is 42-6. Nevada Tigers have won against the Aurora Hound Dogs with the final score of 49-0. And the Monette Cubs have won over the Stratford Indians with a score of 70-0. Now we're going to take a look at the Ozark Mountain Conference, where the Marshfield Blue Jays are in their fourth quarter right now against the Reed Spring Wolves. The score right now is Marshfield 28, Reed Springs 6. We'll take a look at the Harrisonville Wildcats. They're playing against the Bolivar Liberators. They're either in the third quarter or that's just the latest score that we have. But right now, third quarter score is 22-19. The Carl Junction Bulldogs were victorious over the Rogers Heritage War Eagles tonight with the final score of 45-7. The Branson Pirates were victorious over the Camdenton Lakers. Their final score was 42 for Branson, 13 for Camdenton. And the West Plains Zizzers, they have a final score tonight in their game against the Parkview Vikings. West Plains 28, Parkview 12. All right, I'm going to take a breath here, and we're going to look at the Mid-Lakes Conference. Right now we have a score of 21-7 for the Fairgrove Eagles against the Tipton Cardinals. They're in their third quarter of play at the moment, or that's just the latest score that we have. We have a final in the Hollister versus Sarcoxie game. Hollister Tigers 37, Sarcoxie Bears 20. And then a final in the Springfield Catholic Fighting Irish game tonight. They won 41 over the Houston Tigers with a score of 35. And so final in that game, 41-35. Taking a look at the Southwest Conference, we just have a score here for the Stockton Tigers. They are currently up 28-27 over the Miller Cardinals. They're in their fourth quarter of play. Oh, that's a final?
Yeah.
That one's a final. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll see if we have any more scores. I'll let you know the Gravette Lions right now over in Oklahoma. They're playing the Jay Bulldogs. Right now they're winning 27-6. And I think that's about all the scores we have for tonight. But if people would like to check out some more updates, they can go to canyo.org/scoreboard. Just go to the scoreboard page of our website, and you can get all the scores as they're being collected still by Daniel Moore back at our station. Back to you, John.
All right, thank you, Luke. And the final score here, 35 for your Neosho Wildcats, 13 for the Kickapoo Eagles. Matt, the Cats came in. They were not going to be denied. They did not look back. We had that little fumble, as Coach said, the first two plays, the last two ball games would give us a little bit of a stutter step, maybe a little bit of a wake-up call. But the defense just played phenomenally this week and did a great job of we probably could have kept Kickapoo to nothing if we hadn't started substituting some people in around. So great victory for the Cats. They're 2-0 now. Kickapoo is 0-2 in the COC.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Well, like you were talking about the beginning plays. I think those are just pregame jitters. You got to get amped up out there.
Yeah.
So once they settle down, they just did phenomenal tonight. I mean, both sides of the ball. So, that's about all I've got.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. Hey, be with us as we go to Seneca as the Lady Wildcats take on the Lady Seneca Indians in Seneca. That's a 4:30 start time. We'll have a pregame show at 4 o'clock. Then Thursday we come right back home, and Glendale comes to town, and we will be playing. That's a 5 o'clock ball game. Pregame show will start at 4:30, and then as we talked earlier at the Bob, that's our house, and that's the place that we seem to own Lebanon is coming to see us, regardless of whether they beat Joplin or not. We're excited to play them, and 2 more wins, and we'll be right back up to where we were this time last year. So for Luke Taylor, John Ball, and Matt Ball, till we see you again, go Cats!
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.